and yet too much like a young confusion. Cause if done this leading youths of this generation, not we can define what we get about emotion. Let's give them inflicting of various kind of interpretation just to justify them good and get in action. Yeah, whatever that is great. King Shashamani come and warn them on ya about this actuality, the move taking place. Yo, we must revenge right now, today, yeah. When King Shashamani play, I just remind around the dopey day, yeah. With the spirit of the warrior, stand up, be brave, yeah. Yo, we must revenge. King Shashamani sound great. Boy, be careful now. It's over, jump and sound. It's over, idiot sound. God, you be the ruler, some boy. Die and move out of earth, yo. Yeah, some boy drop dead right now, today. Yeah. Yes, I will kill them. Shashamani sound the great, with the spirit of the warrior. You are them dead. Some boy drop dead. Shashamani sound. Yo, kill them to rebel it to us. It form a stage. Kill them for the purity of the righteousness sake. Kill them for the God that have always want to forsake. Yo, Shashamani goes to them jump and sound. Kill them to rebel it to us. It form a stage. Kill them for the purity of the righteousness sake. Kill them for the God that have always want to forsake. Them hypocritical and making enough noise. Yeah, yo, we must do them right now, today. For them can disrespect the Africans of Shashamani, with the spirit of the South killer, just kill all of them dead. We must do that.
Shashamani is the best sound in Nairobi. Music so nice, you just have to see. A songwriters, they will have to die. No idiot song will even roll by. Shashamani play all night. If you love reggae music, put your hands up high. No matter where you come from, black or white. Some of them see, some of them blind. Shashamani conscious of pick up their mind. While the African crews go and get high. A lot of them vex with Shashamani style. Jaja is the way Shashamani stay bright. Watch it. I know Kawangware used to be so rough. Konambaya, I tell me Shashamani is so tough. I never knew the one in love Shashamani so. And that Dora will kill if you did Shashamani. Shashamani sound will play all night. If you love reggae music, put your hands up high. Stand up to side. Shashamani, Shashamani, blessings are coming today. Shashamani, Shashamani, blessings are coming tomorrow. Shashamani, Shashamani, blessings are coming today. Shashamani, Shashamani, blessings are coming tomorrow. Shashamani, Shashamani, blessings are coming. You are the winners today, winners tomorrow, winners every day. You are the winners today, winners tomorrow, winners every day. You keep on spreading the works, you keep on spreading the love. Shashamani, Shashamani. They call me Superman, they call me Rastaman, they call me Ganjaman, they see black me talking. They call me Rastaman, they call me Ganjaman, they call me Superman, they see black me talking. We are the Dobermen. Oh yo, who's a bless? No man cuts, no man cuts, no man cuts. Who's a bless? He's the best. No man cuts, no man cuts.
rise and do your works, no matter how the heathen rage. DJ foreign rise, let's do your works, no matter how the fuss and fight. Papa Bingy rise and do your works, no matter how the heathen rage. Jamo and Zugu rise, let's do your works, no matter how the fuss and fight. Set the corners and back against the wall. Shasha man in I blame them at all. We kill a sound from way back where, and I know Shasha man will be free. I still got to rise and be strong, just to carry on and preach his words from Genesis down to Revelation. Shasha man rise and do your works, no matter how the heathen red. DJ foreign rise, let's do your works, no matter how the fuss and fight. Tony Dread rise and do your works, no matter how the heathen red. Ranking Charlie rise, let's do your works, no matter how the fuss and fight. Joshua man wear the crown in this battlefield until his mission is fulfilled. Papa Bing got a lot to reveal. Wickedness in high and low places, Jah must see the face smap on them faces. Zugu come to unite all different races, color or creed and all nationality. DJ foreign rise, albino rock rise, ranking Charlie rise. He's Jah Hero out the Gambia. Jah Hero representing Shashamani. Jah Hero, whoa, 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 whoa. Sit in the corners and back against the wall. Shashamani not blame them at all. We run the rubber dope and kill a son boy, and I know Jabba will be free. I still got to rise and be strong, just to carry on and preach his words from Genesis down to Revelation. Papa Bingy rise and do your works, no matter how the heathen red. Zugu and Jamo rise, let's do your works, no matter how the fuss and fight. Johnny Dread rise and do your works, no matter how the heathen red. DJ Foreign rise, let's do your works, no matter how the fuss and fight.
It's too bad, you are wicked son, too bad. It's too bad, Shashamani sound too bad. Oh, they can play with the fire, watch how the Papa Bingy burn them. I see the fire, here come the fire, judgment pending. Shashamani, all the body sound too bad, too bad, too bad. I've been a rock, and now all the people know them too bad, too bad, too bad. Them are African cool people, them are too bad, too bad. I see the J-Mo, and now everybody know him so bad, so bad. Them a play to the massive, mash all the massive, move like them nice, but why them not nice and bad? So bad, Shashamani, yeah. So call on we, so call we. Shashamani sounds will be rocking. Call on me, say call we. Papa Bingy, Otash, Zugu and Foreign. It's amazing all of them things that we do. Shashamani sounds what a blessing upon you. Albino rock bags and DJ Murphy. Many still try but them don't have a clue. Yo, so amazing all of them things that we do. Shashamani sounds what a blessing come true. Big up Jamo, Charlie, Tony, Dread. Sound boy I try but them don't have a clue. Shashamane sounds that I get my heart pumping. Papa Bingy, you know they've been searching. Sound boy, them they are still waiting. All along I've been What are you? Who the hell do you think you are? Do you know me? Do I know you? Get the hell out of Shasha face because Shasha money unbogable, Shasha money unbeatable, Shasha money unstoppable. So if you like the sound, sing it loud now. Say who can boo over me? Who can boo over me? I say who can boo over me? Yeah. Shasha money unbogable. Who can boo over me? Who can boo over me? I say who can boo over me? Shasha money unbogable. Yeah. Shasha money worldwide.
Yeah, Shashamane International, the African Zulu warrior sound. Me tell them long time, say you the baddest. He was on board healing. Shashamane is on wheeling. And the idiots are trying to place Barry on the 6 feet. I say, John know me want you. Shashamane, I go murder you. Bust some boy head like scrambled egg. DJ Murphy are the real dirty maker. John know me want you. Papa Pinky, I go murder you. Chop off your head from your neck. DJ Foreign are the sound killer. Every sound won't play like you. Try them, I try see them flop like Shashamane, always on top. Full like salad pattern, fish slaughter and white. You the body selector. You're the real selector. I top a top sniper. Yeah, I want to be with you. John know me want you. Shashamane, I go murder you. Chop off your head, mash up your head like scrambled egg. Shashamane, I be real dirty maker. Shashamane International, the African Zulu warrior sound. Respect, never change your
Oh, hey, Shashamane International. No. When Shashamane wezo put down, toka kitambo, extra confident, hakuna kitu hawezi handle. Shashamane ndiyo leader, na bado hound your number. Sound zingine zina fumble, Shashamane wakigrow. When Shashamane wezo put down, toka kitambo, extra confident, hakuna kitu hawezi handle. Shashamane ndiyo leader, na bado hound your number. Sound zingine zina fumble, Shashamane wakigrow. Original African Zulu warrior sound. Out of Kenya, Shashamane International. No other sound around, can't even try compare. Gunshot to any sound that I try. Shashamane ready for everything, anything. Shashamane shake the world, straight out of motherland. You know we warriors. Shashamane incredible, number one sound. Shashamane around this. Straight out of Kenya, marathon practice. No other sound can't even touch this. When Shashamane wezo put down, toka kitambo, extra confident, hakuna kitu hawezi handle. Shashamane ndiyo leader, na bado hound your number. Sound zingine zina fumble, Shashamane wakigrow. When Shashamane wezo put down, toka kitambo, extra confident, hakuna kitu hawezi handle. Shashamane ndiyo leader, na bado hound your number. Sound zingine zina fumble, Shashamane wakigrow.
Hey. See how Shashamane sound is playing, killing and conquering all of the sound. My gem wanna cheesy one, not one crazy. My drinks in memoir go pop in the high range. Well, this is Luther, straight out of Kenya. Everybody smiling, listening to Zugu playing the wild. And the one good you banto. Hey, check how we Gideon boot. Shashamane, original root. Music king we blow, Tony Dread stay ahead. Loving a me heart, DJ Foreign come play. See how Shashamane sound is playing, killing and conquering all the sound.
All the world.
My damn what a cheesy one, not one crazy. My dreams in a rock highway. Wally and Kingston, Jamaica, Wakarudi, Kenya, Nairobi. Spreading the music up in the globe. Feeling the best, the music and the vibes. When you want to talk about when you want to talk about South Africa, them what along there from East Africa. MC was Shishaman. See how Shishaman sound is playing. Killing and conquering. My damn what a cheesy one crazy. My drinks in memoir DJ foreign high. Shashamane blessings, blessings, blessings in your room. Your light will shine bright when we get to you.
Yep.
Shashamane blessings,
Greetings.
in your
Yes.
Greetings, and welcome to the Zone, thing called the Zone Talk Show. My name is DJ King Ralph, and I am your host. It's all about celebrating 1 year anniversary, the Zone anniversary, and it's a weekend celebration, 3-day celebration. Today is day 2, and today is all about sound system culture in Africa and the way forward. I would like to greet each and everyone out there watching and welcome my fellow panelists. We have Papa Bingi from Shashamane Sound, Kenya, and we have Lion Paw from South Africa, and we have King Lagazi International from Ghana, and we have our brother DJ Lucky Bob from Silver Mountain Sound from representing Gambia. There's a noise at the background.
Yeah, Lucky Bob, I think mute your speaker. Your mic.
All right. So, like I said, we have 5 of the top African sounds here, and we would like to discuss our sound system culture and the way forward. So I would like each and everyone to introduce themselves to the viewers. We will start with Papa Bingi. Papa Bingi,
yes,
give us a short introduction about Shashamane Sound.
Yeah, man. Greeting to each and everyone. Welcome to the this is going to be something, it's something that been, we should have done this long time ago, you know what I mean? So I'm Papa Bingi of Shashamane International, and Shashamane International was started in 1984 in Kenya, you know what I mean? We have been out there for over 37 years now, just playing music and educating the youths, you know?
All right, that's great. That was Shashamane. And now we have Lion Power from South Africa. Welcome. Can you please introduce yourself?
Greetings to all my fellow panelists and all the viewers. Yeah, this is Lion Power International, based in South Africa. My sound was actually formed in Zimbabwe, but obviously I've lived in South Africa now for 27 years.
Okay.
But so most of the greater part of the journey of my sound actually took place in South Africa rather than in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Yeah, so we appreciate panels like these where we share ideas and knowledge as the concept of Africa. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what we can discuss tonight, and also what we can impart or knowledge that we can share amongst each other, and also hopefully some of the listeners are also going to share some comments that can assist us in contributing to what we're trying to achieve. So yeah, man, respect.
That's great. Thank you very much, Lion Power. King Lagazi. Okay, let's start with King Lagazi is in. King Lagazi, are you with us? The king from Ghana.
Yeah.
Gold Coast.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
welcome
I'm a
to
bit.
this. Welcome to the show. I think this is a great show. We will share ideas. It's good to see each other, at least for the first time together. We have been communicating for a while, but I think we have not had the opportunity to talk to each other, especially in a talk show.
Mhm.
And can you please introduce
Yeah.
yourself, Lagazi?
All right. My name is King Lagazi. I'm from Ghana, West
Mm-hmm.
Africa.
All right.
Practically the gateway to Africa. That is Ghana.
Yes.
Formerly known as the Gold Coast.
The Gold Coast.
And
Yes.
I play on the radio.
Okay.
That is Hit 103.9 FM.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a host of a sound system culture show entitled Yard Settings.
All
And
right.
also, I'm a co-founder of Legacy Sound International, the
Mm-hmm.
African killing machine. You
Okay.
understand me?
Yeah.
So we, we are from Ghana,
Mhm.
and we are here to make sure that everything works in terms
Mhm.
of what Africa is pushing for in terms of sound system culture.
Culture.
So
That's
we give thanks. And talking about Legacy Sound International, we are I think 4 in number. That is myself,
okay.
King Legacy,
Mm-hmm.
with my co partner all the way
Okay.
in Norway, Junior Maestro,
Mm-hmm.
Benedict Jaffes, and also Bob Africa. We formed Legacy Sound International. You understand me? And seriously, talking
Mm-hmm.
about sound system culture in Ghana, we are
Mm-hmm.
at the forefront.
Okay.
We are making sure that this culture will stand in Ghana. So anywhere you hear sound system culture,
Mm-hmm.
the name Legacy Sound or Legacy must be mentioned, or
Must be
Junior
mentioned.
Maestro, or Benedict Jaffes,
All
or
right.
Bob Africa.
Okay.
So basically, we are the custodians of sound system culture in Ghana.
Okay. That's great. Thank you, Lagazi. That was a good introduction. And now we have our brother Lucky Bob from the Silver Mountain Sound, all the way from the Smiling Coast, the Scorpions. Yes, welcome, my brother. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, greetings, everybody. Now this panel is a great move that we all come together as a people to discuss today the most productive things that we can discuss. Well, as everybody know, my name is Lucky Bob. I am the founder of Silver Mountain Sounds International out of Gambia, land of smiling coast, sea, sun, and water.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the sound been created since 1990, but we established the sound fully in 1994.
Okay.
And then we moved down to UK, and then we established in a UK sound system culture in 2006. Then we been there since then until now. We became I'm a radio presenter at a Newport City Radio, where we call a space and report and a best sport.
Okay.
And we involved in a sound system culture since that time until today.
Okay.
All we know is music, playing
Mm-hmm.
music,
Mm-hmm.
and expose the good artists.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the sounds that come across, are we good at killing?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't
Mm-hmm.
hesitate on that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, make sure Gambia, as a Gambian, we just keep the reggae music into another level. So yeah, big up each and every one.
Thank you, Lucky Bob. That's a great one, a good one. We have already heard from our panelists. Like I said, my name is DJ King Ralph. I am the owner of Dancehall Connect, an event in Bremen, and the Zone is an edutainment platform which I created in 2020 to entertain the Bremen community during the lockdown. So since then, we have been having shows, online shows, with different DJs from different parts of the world until today. Well, the platform was launched on New Year's Eve 2020, but due to some constraints, we could not celebrate the, our 1 year anniversary on the 31st of December last year. Anyway, we are here today, and it's a 3 days program. Like yesterday, we had the first program with DJ Donshon and myself. DJ Busy couldn't make it. Today we have this talk show called the Zone Talk. We have had a couple of shows with Lucky Bob was also among, and some other DJs as well. Today we want to talk about sound system culture in Africa and the way forward. Because we have too many youths who are into sound system nowadays, and we feel that we have to help them pave the way for the future generation. And we as elders have a lot of experience, and we want to share it with them. So I will start with Papa Bingi, and I would like to know what inspired him to build a sound, to build his sound system, to build Shashamani, and how did he came into Sound Clash. So Papa Bingi.
Yes, sir.
Shashamani Sound International, all the way from Kenya. Can you please give us a little bit this? Hello?
Can I ask Papa Bingi to switch off the music?
Yes, Papa Bingi, can you please switch off the music so that we can...
Okay, I can hear the music in the background. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay, Papa Bingi, I would like to know what inspired you to build a sound system, and how did you create your sound system, and what inspired you to do Sound Clash?
Well, I created my sound system in '84, and what really inspired me because I started playing music with 3 of my brethren. You know what I mean? Like from 1980. You know, so by 1984 is when I decided to, in fact, maybe I can, if I may go back a little bit, how I got into reggae music, like in 1970, 75, 76, in the late 70s, I used to take my, my father's, back in the days we have this little radio, so on Sunday I'll just tune in, and then one time I got into David Rodigan session, So I'll just listen to music he was playing. I'm like, yeah, this is good, So I'll do that every Sunday, when it was still at the Capital Radio, So I started listening to music. I said, wow, this is good, And then one of my brother who was a soldier, whenever he come home for vacation, he used to come with some Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and Bunny Wailer, and listen to them. That's how I got inspired into reggae music. So in 1980, when I finished school, I was in Nairobi. Then I met 2 of my brethren. So we decided to start a sound system. One of our brethren was from Rwanda. May they rest in peace. Ras Eugene and Ras Bongoman. They are resting in Zion. So when we met in '84, we just decided to start like, because in Nairobi there's nowhere, there's no club where people play reggae music, So we decided like let's do something, you know what I mean? And we found a club, convened the owner of the club. Then he gave us like Sunday. It was like an afternoon thing, you know what I mean? We start from 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Then after 10 o'clock, there was a live band, So that's how we started, just playing music like that.
Yeah.
And then '84, I decided now that I wanted to go on my own, because it was like sometimes when you start something, maybe with too many people, sometimes there's a little this argument. You know what I mean? You know, so just figure like for security, let me just start my own sound. You know, and then somebody's in the background there. Yeah, so I just decided to start my sound, me and my brother. So really, when I started it, it wasn't called Shashamane. It was called Dread Brothers Promotion.
Okay. Okay.
So it was me and my two brothers were Dread and were Rastafarian. You know what I mean?
All
Just
right.
decided to call it Dread Brothers Promotion. You know?
Yeah. Can you please talk about the sound system culture? How you came into sound system culture, to the sound system culture?
Yes. Sound. Yeah, that's the beginning of it.
Okay.
When I studied the sound, and then getting into sound system culture, there was Josh Shaka. Josh Shaka came from the UK in 1982, and then we played together. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We played
Okay.
together in Nairobi. So we kind of like the vibe, the way he was doing it. Then he invited us to the UK. You know, like I went around with Shaka for like maybe different places in Birmingham, we're in London, we're in Manchester. Just we was playing music, and I was with them. So studying
Okay.
the way it's being done. You know, that's how I got into the sound system culture. You
Culture.
know,
Okay.
yeah.
King. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. King Lagazi, you mentioned that you are the king of Ghana. Anytime, anywhere sound system is mentioned, your name must come out first. So tell us about your experience in sound system culture.
All right, so the whole thing started, in the early 90s, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I had a friend called Steve Allen,
Okay.
and Steve Allen always would come from the UK with a lot of JVC cassettes,
Okay.
So he will come, he'll be playing a lot of dances. When I visit him, he'll be playing a lot of dances, but nothing caught my attention than one day he brought this JVC cassette with bass Adisi, juggling, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I wasn't too sure whether it was maybe Lenny and Glamour G or Squingy and Mark. You understand me?
Yeah.
But the name Bass Adisi, was on it. Matter of fact, listening to that juggling that day, I'm like, why? I believe, and around that time too, I used to follow sound systems to play funerals, because if you're a DJ around that time and you play funerals, especially the night and all that kind of thing, a lot of girls, come around you. And me being a friend to some of the DJs, I realized that boy, man can, catch a flex from that.
Okay.
So I decided to just jump into that.
Okay.
There was nothing like Legacy Sound International around that time. And then fast forward, that really inspired me to start doing something for myself in terms of sound system culture. But then I joined Sound Unlimited. Around that time, I moved from Koforidia, that is the eastern region, to a suburb called Somania to go play radio in the eastern region. So there, I link up with boys, and then we set up Sound Unlimited. Started for some time, and as Papa Bingi said, sometimes working with crew and all that kind of thing, sometimes your vision and their vision doesn't tally. Where you want to carry, your stuff to doesn't tally. You understand me? So now I decided that, all right, I decided that, okay, let me fix up my own thing. You understand me? So I started pursuing the fact that I have to build up my own sound. You understand me? And then boom, it came on. Then Legacy Sound International kind of, drop in my head.
Okay.
Seriously, I was thinking about whether to use the name. I had so many names, but I'm like, yo, listen, I want to push the name Legacy to, to a level. I want to build it as a brand. You understand me? So I was contemplating, and then boom, one day it came to reality that I had to cut my first dub plate from Sophia Karen Squire. So Sophia Squire gave me my first dub plate. And I'm like, boy, immediately I received it. I'm like, this is it. I am going to carry this thing on. And then I stepped into Jatayard. Jatayard was a recording studio around Medina. Now, I mentioned some places in Ghana that people will not get familiar, but at least it is nice for people to understand the story.
To understand, to know,
so, yes, so I came to Medina now, Jatayard, meeting the likes of Black Messiah, the hardcore governor, King Yellow, and Jata. And then, passing the night over there here and there. And then they're calling me, that was 2012, to come and play on Hit FM. That is a mainstream radio in Accra.
Okay.
You understand me? And around that time, I wasn't the main presenter over there. It was a brother called Black Rasta who was playing on there. And then Black Rasta lost a wife, and then he was on leave. And then I had to come and sit in and play for him. So now, this is where the whole thing started. Because there was nothing like sound system culture movement in Ghana. And I was looking for an opportunity to put it out there. You understand? Because I was in the Eastern region by then, pushing the reggae vibes and all that on the radio. But it wasn't all that strong. So I'm like, yo, listen, I have to step into the capital and make things happen.
Okay.
So now being in the capital now, and 2011 being on TV as well, I'm like, okay, I can use these two platforms to make sure that things work. You understand me? So I was hosting my TV show, and then I'll cross over to come and play Hit FM. So there, Black Messiah started loading me with dub plates. You understand me? And I'm like, boy. Now I started playing dub plate hard on the radio. And then everybody was like, boy, I sort of brought different feeling or different style on the radio now. So then it wasn't, that one also wasn't all that serious. Sound system culture couldn't gain grounds all that well until 2015, when Black Rasta resigned from Hit FM, and I was called to come and play on Hit FM. Now, when I went for the interview, the boss asked me, what difference are you bringing to the table apart from what Black Rasta was doing?
Okay.
But Black Rasta's show was more of a hardcore reggae style and all that. And I told him that, yo, listen, I'm bringing sound system culture. And I quite remember that time that he asked me, what sort of animal is that?
Animal.
You understand me? So, and I'm like, no. Sound system culture is this part of the industry that Ghanaians has forsaken. And now we want to bring it into limelight.
Okay.
And then he was like, okay, do it and let's see. So quickly, my first interview was with Lieutenant Stitchy. And then I tried to connect some sound systems, along the line, dynamic cable, and along the line of Big B, all stuff. So we started pushing sound system culture, to the people. We organized symposiums in Ghana. We put up clashes in Ghana.
Okay.
You understand me? And in 2018, we put on a Young Dada Cup clash, which involves 6 sound systems, top 6 sound systems in Ghana.
Yeah, we will come to that. We will come to that later.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So, thank you very much, King Lagazi. Now we have Lion Paw, South Africa. To be honest, before most of us Gambians think that Gambia is the biggest reggae, is the reggae capital of Africa. Until when we travel and with the internet, we found out that yes, there are other countries who are also engaged in reggae music and in a big way. So I was like, surprised when I saw that some other sounds, heavyweights, so sound system with deep doublets. So I knew that yes, Africa is a continent. It's not a country. So we are not the only one in the reggae culture or the reggae vibes. We are not the only one who love reggae in Africa, because I found that Kenya, Zimbabwe, South Africa, and then Ghana also. So it was interesting to know about Lion Power. So can you please give us a little bit information about your background and in the sound system culture, and yeah, how what role you have played in South Africa to strengthen to establish the sound system culture.
Okay. So, like I said earlier, obviously my journey obviously started in Zimbabwe.
Yes.
And as you guys know already, that Zimbabwe is one country that they breathe reggae music. When you speak about reggae and dancehall music, it's a country
Yes.
that it's actually it's part of the culture. It's part of the lifestyle of people, especially the youth from the ghetto. So growing up there, it was a no-brainer that either you take up music like hip hop, but obviously if you are a ghetto youth, you are going to subscribe to reggae. Yeah. So I personally actually got into it because before I got to start my own sound, I used to play a sound called Bronx International in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
But I left Zimbabwe very, very early. I left Zimbabwe quite early, around 1996. That's when I left the country. So
yeah,
if you look, but obviously before that, to be the back and forth of just South Africa was always a country that we would like to come and see what is actually happening outside. Zimbabweans are people who are just curious about seeing what's happening in other countries. So if people are not traveling to South Africa, they're either going to Botswana or they're going to Europe. Already early in those days, people were doing that. So what actually prompted me to try and start something on my own is the sound I used to play for. The owner of that sound was a brethren who was very strict when it comes to music. Like you are so strict in such a way that there's certain songs that you can't play if he is not there, And I always used to wonder about, yeah. Like you will have, like, it was the days of vinyls. Like, so you would set up vinyls in such a way that if he's not there, there's certain vinyls that you cannot play. But it always used to bother me, because I always ask myself, but why? Because the fact that you're not there, why shouldn't I be able to play these songs? Or if he's there, he's going to give you songs that you need to play, and that always limits your capability. So I always aspired to say, you know what? If I ever get an opportunity, I want to do something on my own. I don't want to have to be controlled as to what I can play. But obviously, I mean, there's a lot of things that we want to discuss on the platform. So fast forward, when I emigrated to South Africa, I also arrived here, and there were some brethren who were already doing reggae that time, and I was so fortunate enough that I became friends with most of those guys. Namely, I'm talking about brethren like Jasid. Jasid was a brethren who was a prominent artist in South Africa, but at the same time, he was also playing sound. So I was so lucky that I managed to become friends with him, and also just to look into the scene and see exactly how we can fit in to try and grow it. But already there was a vibe going on in South Africa, so it's not like there was nothing going on. There was already a solid vibe in the ghettos. So if you go to the ghettos, there was a vibe going on as far as reggae is concerned, and also a vibe in the cities that was going on. What we did mostly that time was to take reggae uptown. So you will find we were amongst the early selectors who actually got reggae to be played uptown. So it was mostly me and my a brethren of mine named Tofella, and we had an empress who lived in Pretoria who used to book gigs for us. She was an empress who also loved reggae music. Shout out to Khadija. So she was somebody who loved reggae. What she did though was to say we need to move reggae to places where it's not reaching. So it was mostly uptown. So we did a lot of uptown parties. in clubs that were predominantly either house music or a hip hop. So that's how we started to channel that. But then
Okay.
the sound system, the sound clash or the sound system itself, how it comes into play is that I actually took it on around 2000 to start to look at, okay, this sound has to, I have to have an international representation. And this happened when I was in New York City. I went to a club called Q Club, and there was Stone Love was playing that night, and Afrik Sound was playing that night. I have never heard doublets like that in my life. So from that day, I said to myself, I am going to make it a point that whenever I can, I need to grow this sound to be a doublet sound. So I can
Okay.
categorically say that I'm one of those early doublet sounds in South Africa. At the moment, maybe I consider myself as maybe the biggest doublet sound in South Africa.
Okay.
Um, and with that, obviously, we're trying to look at opportunities where we can empower the youths who are interested in the sound system
Sound
culture.
system culture.
Sound system culture, yeah. But like I said, what we will always unpack as we progress with the discussions.
All right then. Then this brings us to the Silver Mountain Sound from Gambia, Mr. Lucky Bob.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
yeah, to be honest, I didn't know that you were into sound system until of late, until recently. When I started hearing those big dub plates, I said, "Wow!" Because most of the all along, we thought also One Tribe was the biggest sound in Gambia because they have dub plates and they have played in many. They have won a clash before, an international clash. So many people focus on One Tribe as the biggest sound in Gambia. So well, we will give them their credit. They are the biggest sound so far because they have won an international clash. But then coming, what was it? I think few years ago, I could say 2 years ago. Then I started, or that was last year, when I started listening to the Lucky Bob, the Silver Mountain Sound, and then I noticed that wow, yes, there's another Gambian sound whose doublet is deep. When you say deep, yes, they have belly. So
Yeah.
give us a tell us what you've contributed in your area to bring sounds to keep sound system going, the sound system culture going. Sorry.
Well, first and foremost, we say give thanks and praise to the mighty God,
Mm,
and the whole fraternity. Silver Mountain started in a very, very, very small town called T Town, which is Talinding.
okay.
Many people who are Gambians will know the city. It's one of the trouble corner. Well, when I first started music, as I come from T Town, I was mingling and associating with a tribe called Jolas.
Okay.
And everybody in Gambia knows Jolas. They are the most consistent, when it comes to music.
Mhm,
Music can be different, but they
mhm,
are the most playing drums, dancing, and stuff like that. So me and my youths, we was like five of number, Sekatos the Killer, and Papsco, Yaska. I decided, I says to them, yo, people coming from the neighboring countries, which is Senegal, and they have a sound system. They have this thing called Bal Puser,
but
you
so
know,
okay. Yeah.
yeah, and they making a lot of money, and why we are wasting? So I says, I think we need to get a cassette player that we can just move around.
Okay.
And then I decided to put some money together and get that sound system, and then we start going to the up countries.
Okay.
So these up countries was like from Brikama to Fonyi Central,
Mm-hmm.
little bit of Casamas, and you go to LRD, Lower River Division, place like that. And then a few years later, I told them, look, I'm not gonna be in the city. I'm gonna go to the country where
Okay.
my mother come from.
Okay.
He says, no, Bob, you can't stay there because life is hard there. Then I went and things was going good because we was not playing reggae music. We was playing music like Funana, music like Kenya, music
Okay.
like, Zouk,
Mm-hmm.
them kind of music because we don't understand the lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
but the rhythm was good and it's a good vibes. Until early 1992, I met a lady called Louisa Mark,
Mm-hmm.
and Louisa Mark came there with Freddie McGregor
Mm-hmm.
just after Gregor Isaac show in 1990.
Mm-hmm.
Then I became a good friend and tied with Louisa Mark, rest in peace. She was a
Amen.
rock steady, very, very good rock steady artist.
Mm.
And, bless her soul, she was the first person who gave me a dub plate. And that dub plate was Johnny Clark. I
Okay.
will never forget that. And then in 1993, my sound broke.
Okay.
So I said, right, I can't fix this. I have to find another way. But the sound system culture still stuck in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1994, Lamin Cham bust because Lamin Cham was the sound that called champion sound
Mm-hmm.
in
Champions,
Gambia.
huh? Yeah.
He bust, and then DJ Cora bust.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not in fully in a champion sound, but I was like around them all the time because I have in my mind that my sound will be up and running one time.
Okay.
Then in that year 1994, Frankie Paul came to Gambia with a promoter called Diga.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was one of the sound system that hasn't been known in Gambia
Mm-hmm.
start cutting heavy dubs from
Wow.
from 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 different artists, and then start any dub I cut, I hide it, I never play them.
So, excuse me, you used to cut dub plates in when you were in Gambia.
Of course,
Wow.
all my Frankie dubs I cut them in Gambia.
Okay, but you never played them in public.
I never play them in public. I never even play a jingle.
Wow.
And then I start saving money because the advice I got from Louisa Mark was, if you are into this, because I says to Louisa Mark, yo, that's cool, I can hear my name, an artist singing my name. So he says, these are doublet. I said, okay. So I'm gonna start cutting this shit, you know? So I get into it,
Mm-hmm.
keeping everything that I have, start mobilizing youths, juggling with them in a up country. Anything I got, I'll take it to the country. You understand? Because it was like a lot of competition in the city. We are hearing that there's a sound it's a Gambia sound, but they're based in Europe. DJ
Mm-hmm.
Cora, and one of your brethren called Kimbai,
Mm-hmm.
you
But
know,
yeah.
yeah, and all of them. So anytime they come into Gambia,
Mm-hmm.
as you know, it's loud because I remember there's a times that when they says, "Oh, King Rife is coming to Gambia," what I mean, it get loud. It
Yeah,
get
the
loud,
Thomas.
what I mean.
Yeah, that was the Thomas
So
kit.
yeah, but
Mm.
at that point, I am like, look, at these foreign sounds, I can't even stand on their way, which I will never try to do anyway. But my sound, the way I'm gonna push it, I'm gonna push my sound in a different level.
Okay.
All right. When I first travel left the country was 2000. 2000, I left the country. My first destination was in Belgium, and then came back home. Still cutting the dubs.
Mm-hmm.
Never have a limitation of cutting dubs.
Mm-hmm.
Good artists, bad artists, big artists, small artists. But
Yeah.
I always look for bad artists.
Okay.
Until I moved to UK in
Mm-hmm.
2000 and end of 2005 was
Okay.
April 28th,
Mm-hmm.
and then since then I live in the UK, go into US, go to Gambia, go to Europe, and then start exposing my sound.
Mm-hmm.
But the sound itself burst in 2012
Mm-hmm.
when I start, juggling in the Europe and UK.
Mm-hmm.
And then at one time, that was 2010, one sound from Florida, they're based in Bristol.
Mm-hmm.
They approach me and says, we want to keep a sound class. Are you want to be in?
Mm-hmm.
I said, no, I don't think I'm ready yet, but I will let you know when I'm ready.
Okay.
So then 2012, they approached me again. I said, yeah, I'm ready. I'm
Okay.
ready.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds was Lava Rock International.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Papa Bingi will know them.
Okay.
And Echo Vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And the sound called uh Doozy,
Okay.
you know. So we won that clash. That was the first time we won that clash.
Okay.
So from that time until today, we never
Mm-hmm.
stop.
Okay.
We never compete no sound
Mm-hmm.
because of we have a deep box.
Mm-hmm.
We never, challenge any sound. We are who we are.
Okay.
And all my sound system members,
Mm-hmm.
I make sure I would be the oldest because
Mm-hmm.
I want to give a big courage to the youths, the dream
Mm-hmm.
that I have for them to
Okay.
have the dream.
Mm-hmm.
So the members was Fabs is from
Mm-hmm.
South Gambia,
Mm-hmm.
and Tupac,
Mm-hmm.
that's my sister's my nephew,
Mm-hmm.
and one Zimbabwean selector called Fire Bantan.
Mm-hmm.
He was the youngest, and
Okay.
Juvenile was representing in Oslo,
Mm-hmm.
and then Alex is representing in Japan,
All right.
and then we have three more selectors in Gambia.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all just one big family,
Wow, that's great.
So yeah, that's Silver Mountain, and until today we represent Gambia. We had a few sound class that are big sounds.
Mm-hmm.
A sound called TNT.
Mm-hmm.
They are Canadian sound.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we won that class too.
Mm-hmm.
We keep another class in city called Cardiff.
Mm-hmm.
We won that class too, and we class with a sound in Birmingham
Mm-hmm.
called Love Injection.
Wow.
Um, Maybe Papa Bingi will know them.
Of course, I know love injection.
All right, we clashed with Love Injection. That
Mm-hmm.
event was kept by a Gambian artist called Viabrac,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was in a class that been planned.
Mm-hmm.
They was just book upon us in the event because
Okay.
he was there as a selector to
Mm-hmm.
support the artist, and
Yeah.
he was there to support the artist. But
Okay.
according to them, they've been heard about the name Silver Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So they think at that time that would be easy for them to run over us and just crush us
Okay.
like that.
All right.
So until the night gets strong, they realize that at the sound, you can't just jump on them like that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they feel
So
the heat.
you are always prepared.
Yeah, yeah, we never far from our gun. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We never far from our gun, and our trigger is always unlocked.
Yeah, but
Anytime.
how come we don't have this how to call it, these cassettes or these events? We don't have them. I was online and I've done a lot of research to
Yeah,
have information, but there's no recorded clash from Silver Mountain.
yeah, because I did even at our four classes that we have. they themselves might have a recording and stuff like that. But as for me myself, I never be in a position or
Mm.
to think like, oh, I need to keep this record for a legacy or for a
Okay.
record or for something like that, because it wasn't like now.
Mhm.
Okay, before you have a Samsung or Nokia N92 that you can't do recording over it.
Okay, okay,
And
okay.
then
Let me get back to Papa Bingi
mhm.
so that he will also give us his experience. Papa Bingi, what was your first clash?
Can I just say something?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think, guys, we need to keep the points very short,
short.
so that
Yes, yes. You have to be
more,
brief. Yeah,
we have to be brief, because
yeah.
obviously
It
we
will
want to
take
get
long.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's be
so
brief.
let's be brief,
Okay.
maybe
Mhm.
1 minute, 2 minutes tops, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes,
makes
Papa
sense.
Bingi.
Yes. Like you say, my first clash. My
What
first
was your
clash.
first clash? Yes.
My first clash was in 1995 in New
Okay.
York.
Mm-hmm.
That was Shashamane versus Stereo 5 versus Black Magic,
Okay.
at the Harlem Karate Club. And back then, back in the days, it used to be you bring your own sound, because
Mm-hmm.
if you're gonna die, you're gonna die on your own sound.
Yeah,
You're
I've
not
been.
gonna kill a sound in a.
I the first time when I went to New York, I was in Connecticut and I went to visit a sound man. Oh my God, in
Mhm.
his cellar, more than 20, 18 inch. Oh my, this guy was fully prepared. He told me in the summer, yeah,
Yeah.
they string their sounds, everybody with his own sound.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody, you had to have your. Back in the days, you have to have your own sound.
Yes,
I have I still have my sound up till now. So that was
but
1980,
how
1990. Hmm?
how did you prepare for this clash?
Uh, I prepare because I used to go to Bill Moore. I used to go to clashes in New York. You know,
Mhm.
so when promoters say, okay, you wanted us to clash, I say, well, we are ready. You know what I mean? We are ready. So it was three sound system inside the lawn. You know, so it's like, and then I think it was like maybe the third round, something like that. Then my sound just went mute. You know,
Okay.
I don't know if somebody pulled a wire or whatever. I checked everywhere, I
So,
couldn't see it. You know what I
so
mean?
did you lost the clash?
I have to know. You have to. You cannot play no more nobody's sound because you are three
Ah,
sound. So my sound chip off or something. Then I had to
okay.
I had to drop off. So
Okay.
it,
Let's
it
have
was left.
let's have let's have Lagazi. King
Yeah.
Lagazi.
Yeah.
Yes. What was your first clash and how did you felt and
All
what
right.
was the
So
experience?
okay.
Let's have it brief, please.
All right. So here is the thing. Um, Pushing this culture from like 2015 seriously in Ghana.
Mhm.
2016 was my first year anniversary. So I
Okay.
put up a clash.
Mhm.
That is Legacy Sound International 1 year anniversary cup clash,
Mhm.
which include Fire Crew Sound and then Kimbash. And then at the end of the day, Fire Crew won. So when Fire Crew won, I had other promoter who was like, "Yo, Legacy, I really like the vibe, that happened. So I would like us to organize another clash
Okay.
because Fire Crew was the champions now. I would like you to go head to head with Fire Crew 1-on-1. All right. So 2016, the first clash as a warrior on the battlefield was between me and Fire Crew.
Mhm.
Preparation, everything was all right. Everything was good. The first round, second round, third round, and the fact of the issue is in Ghana, people who carry locks are a
Mhm.
little bit biased. Fire
Okay.
Crew are, let me say, they are locks, brethren, right?
Okay.
They were locks. So the venue where the clash was being kept was a Rasta venue.
Okay.
So they had the edge over me, and they were like, like I'm a bald head, they are Rastas, and
Okay.
tonight, what, and all those kind of jokes. You understand me?
Mm. Okay.
I was playing all the big dubs and all that kind of thing, but immediately I'll be playing and they'll be dancing. And all the forward and all, but when it comes to voting, they vote for them.
They vote for them.
We went to we went for tune for tune, and then fire crew playback. There was a rule that if you play back a song, you'll be disqualified, and the opponent will pick up the cup and then also the money. There was 1,000 Ghana cedi on it. That would be like $200 and a cup. And as a playback, the song, I said, boy, this is the time. They play back the song. So that clash couldn't end the night. The referee had to come in and call it draw because there was a huge fight.
Okay.
There was a huge fight. So it couldn't end well. Then, so that was the first clash in 2016, which was really, it's still talk of Ghana up to today.
All right. That's good. Okay, can we have Lion Paul? Welcome once again. My question is, what was your first clash, and how did you prepare for it?
So to be honest with you, so me and my brethren at Tofela, we've always, like I said to you earlier, we've always been juggling. Like we've always been a juggling sound where we just juggle on parties. And in those jugglings, we have had scenarios where we will do like 45 shootout with some other sounds. Even though we've been cutting doublets, it was just never a thing for us because we obviously know the market. The market in South Africa only started to progress in the last 10 years as far as doublet is concerned. And this is because obviously of the number of sounds that are now exposed to international, what's happening internationally, and they're seeing the vibe that's happening. So to give you the most notable clash that I think we went into was 2012. It was hosted in Cape Town by the youths in Cape Town, Bashmouth and Reggie. Those are the youths who are always hosting the clashes. So this clash was called Zim SA Cup Clash. So basically what it included was South African sounds and also Zimbabwean sounds on one platform. Our preparation was simple. Cut the best dubs you have. It was the first night we played Bounty Killer. I think no one had ever heard Bounty Killer play on doublet in South Africa. We were the first sound to play the Bounty Killer on doublet. But funny enough, we lost that clash.
Okay.
Because when we went to tune for tune, I was in tune for tune with Mighty Ducks. But like I say to you, a doublet would be something that is known only amongst the sounds, but the audience, they don't understand the concept.
They don't understand. Yeah, most of them don't.
Yeah, they didn't understand. So we played a doublet in tune for tune, and Mighty Ducks played a 45. And the 45 he played was just a normal party song, and the crowd voted. But it was we were never caught feelings because obviously we know that the market, the industry needs to be educated what it means to have doublets.
Yeah,
but
exactly. This is what we want to do here. We're just going gradually, because this is the aim also, because we have seen a lot of clashes, but at the end of the day, it seems the people are not well prepared. They don't know exactly what they are doing. They just clashing on their own rules, and we need to educate them a little bit also. Exchange ideas and share our ideas with them. So Lucky Bob. Is Lucky Bob with us? All right, Lucky Bob.
Yes.
Yes, Lucky Bob. You have been into few clashes. Were these clashes planned, or it was just just normal invitation, or you were playing and then somebody just run on you and wanted to clash you?
No, apart from Love Injection.
You were playing and then somebody just run on you and wanted to clash.
Apart from that, every clash we ever had.
turn
Off.
your something is on. I don't know if it's your
Hold on.
Facebook, turn it off or something
Yeah.
on your phone.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now
Yes,
here, yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Apart from love injection,
Mhm.
that's the only class that never been planned. But
Mhm.
every other class that we ever win,
Mhm.
it's all been planned.
Mhm.
They will prepare. I will prepare, and and the class happen. As you know, in Gambia,
Mhm.
they never have actually sound system culture cup clash ever
Mhm.
in Gambia until this year, this month, 7th of January, that they keep a 220 cup clash there, that they
What?
put prize and
Mhm.
trophy and
Okay.
money on it.
There
Yeah,
was a clash between Lamin Cham and Cora. I didn't attend it. By then, I didn't
I
know
was
anything
there.
about it. Was it a doublet clash or was it just?
I was there in that clash.
Mhm.
In that clash, Lamin Cham, I and a guy called Totla um, Solomon, we was side of Lamin Cham
Okay.
with DJ Tech. Then DJ Cora side, you have Wildcat, um,
Article.
Article Slice,
Mhm.
and Loot and Sticky. You
Mhm.
remember the youth, Loot and
Yes.
Sticky?
Mhm.
Right. They was on Cora's side. But that class was most of them, both of them was playing few jingles and a few dub plates and
Okay.
45s. You know what I mean? Okay, the biggest dub that I hear both sounds play at that night was
Mhm.
Lamin Chan play one Gego Isaac
Mhm.
and DJ Cora play one Sugar Miner.
Wow.
That
Those are
was
big.
the biggest dub that I heard from
Those are
them.
big dogs.
Yeah, and that class keep in my own place that I born and bred,
Okay.
in Talindim Buffer Zone,
Mhm.
you know. So yeah, but apart from that, the few class that like a joke class, even those ones have a price on it, which is
Mhm.
the two Gambian sound that timeless and my
Mhm.
sound
Mhm.
on a live Facebook,
Mhm.
and the money wasn't big, but they put like a 550 euros on on
Okay.
on on that class.
Mhm.
Then at the end of the night, I took the money. You
Okay.
know, yeah.
So, which means you have not lost any clash yet.
No, 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 no. I never lost any class yet,
Mhm.
and I'm not prepared to lose a class. I know I'm not prepared to lose a class.
Yes.
I always trying to figure out way out as I have a plan to get way in.
Okay, that's
So
great.
yeah,
All our other panelists have lost. They lost their first clashes. So I think that should motivate them, or that maybe that is what motivated them to work hard and continue
it
to
might be, it
clash.
might be, it might be my sound might be the lowest or smallest dub than any of all these sounds.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it might be my dubs are too small
Mm-hmm.
and they're not big. I mean, like they like Papa Bingi, he don't have a limit to cut a dub.
Mm-hmm.
His cutting dub is unlimited. You know, Legacy, Lion Pa, all these people are in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay.
know,
But
Then
but but, but, but Ralph,
yes,
if I may correct you, we
yes,
never
correct.
we never we lost it on technicality because
Okay,
our
okay. Loss
sound,
is loss.
yeah,
Loss is
yeah.
loss, whether
No, but
technicality
it's not.
or not.
I know, but
Loss is a loss.
when your sound drop when you can play, then it's in technicality really. It was like a
Mhm.
you went all the way and then you lose, but it's
So,
not.
right? Next
so it
time you
seems.
find a good engineer. Next
Mhm.
time you find a good engineer. Next time
Okay,
you put
okay. I
you put
think
the
All right.
because
he
I
must have
will
learned.
class I will class Sasamani, but I
Eh?
want to class Sasamani in Kenya ground,
Uh-huh.
in Sasamani land.
Really?
Uh-huh.
We're not gonna go to South Africa. I don't want to hear South Africa or
Wow.
Zimbabwe, Kenya itself, because
Uh-huh.
I will just
Oh.
beat
Wow.
up your life.
Yes.
Oh boy,
Yes.
you want to dig your own dig your own grave, you know.
This is
I'm
this
not
is this is
playing
this
with
is
you.
what we are talking about. There's a
Mm.
rivalry here. King Legacy versus Lion
Wild
Lion
boy,
Paw,
yeah.
and now Shashamani versus Silver Mountain. That
Silver
would be
No,
Mountain
great.
no,
want to.
no, no.
We
I
have
have
to
to.
see this possible. Okay, now
I'm gonna
what?
correct you there. It's not Sasamani versus Silver Mountain. It's just Silver Mountain beating Sasamani.
Oh,
You bright, you bright, my
wow,
guy. You bright.
wow.
You
Yeah,
got
well,
you got
well,
balls there.
but I like that. This is it. This is it. You know, we need such vibes. You know, because the sound system culture in Africa is too lame. You know, people are afraid to clash. They have
Yeah,
big,
that's true.
big
That's
drum
true.
plates. Look at the four panelists here, and we have dynamic over there. We have timeless sound. We have one tribe sound. We have the Zimbabwe. What is keeping us from not clashing? What is our problem? Why can't
I
we organize our own? It's about time we organize our own clashes.
I have a one problem. I have
Okay,
a one problem why I never class some of the sounds.
yeah,
All
okay.
right, because when I dig sound system culture,
Hmm.
I went personally on an internet cafe to check what is sound system.
Hmm.
And this is the truth. And
Hmm.
the first sound that come up onto the internet was
Hmm.
Sasamani.
Okay, wow.
Okay, was
Hmm.
Sasamani.
Yeah, they've been
And
there.
when I see this Sasamani,
Hmm.
I try to find out, who are they.
Okay.
And the pictures that I see in they are all feisty, no one is laughing, they're not smiling, some ugly faces. I'm like, whoa,
A killer no don't laugh, you know.
these people, it's like these things is a serious thing.
It's not a
Because
joke.
at that time I believe everything that you see internet, they pay them. That's what I thought. And
Okay.
then when I came to Europe fully, and this is all the Sasamani I ever heard,
Okay.
you
Okay.
know.
So,
So now I am brave. I will beat you, man, bro.
Okay.
hey,
Yeah, I will.
wow,
Yes.
that we must make we must make this clash possible. You know, we have two we have four panelists here, and they are ready to clash each other. You know, we have Lion Power is ready with King Legacy, and it seems when Legacy came in and saw Lion Power, he couldn't even talk. He was scared. Now Lucky Bob is ready to clash Papa Bingi. So,
Yes.
okay, now what is the way forward? What do we have to do now? We cannot wait. Everybody is waiting. We have to do it in Gambia. We have to do it in Kenya. We have to. What is the way forward? What should we do now?
Yeah,
The
go ahead,
way
Leon Paul.
Mhm.
Yes, Lion. Lion. So Papa
Hold on,
Bingi.
on mute. Hold
Okay,
on.
okay.
Okay, Lion, go on.
So I think we've had I think in our personal capacities, because we are brethren, obviously outside this panel,
Mhm.
and these are conversations that I have had with Papa Bingi, we've had with Lucky Bob, with Lagazi. We've had these conversations, right? And I think the biggest challenge we have in Africa at the moment is that I think, contrary to popular belief, that there is actually a movement of the sound system culture that exists in Africa. The truth is actually it's very small. And
Mm.
when I say it's very small, the knowledge when it comes to the sound system culture itself, what it is, what it entails, it's
Yeah,
very, very small. There's very few people who actually understand the dynamics. Like
exactly.
we have challenges here when we're trying to host like clashes. We have a thing called the Jugglers Rumble series that we started 2 years ago. I mean, 3 years ago, that we wanted to continue every year. But the problem is, even to get a venue for people to understand that this is what's going to happen, they don't.
Mhm.
So I'm
Mhm.
saying that to get to what you are asking, what do we need to do? I think we are all at the moment. I think it's things like this that are actually going to activate or started a very good campaign in order for the fans to understand what it is that we're talking about when we talk of the sound system culture. But it is also very important that amongst ourselves, because we don't have promoters that are willing to put money on a product that actually do not know about. I think we need to learn to get into a culture where we actually get to promote these things ourselves. And then once promoters see that this is scalable, promoters will then start in and try and put their money in. But as it is, just going to sit and wait and think that promoters are going to come when we know for a fact that we don't have a product that is fully functional. We're going to have to activate it. So we're going to take it up. We have to take it upon ourselves that sometimes we're going to have to make those sacrifices whereby I need to make sure that I can arrange with Lagazi. He comes into South Africa, we clash. I go to Ghana, we clash. Likewise, we just need to do that as brethren, because once you have that, I think that's the starting point, because the sounds are there. The sounds are there who understand the culture of sound system. Africa right now, I'm sure there's more than 50 sounds in Africa that are cutting doublets like religiously right now, scattered all over the world. But it's important now to bring it back home. The only way we can do that if we're going to create a product that is scalable and it's going to attract promoters. Unfortunately, we're going to have to take that giant leap of faith and do it ourselves.
That's great. Lagazi, King Lagazi, what's your point? Is Lagazi with us? Papa Bingi.
All right. So to add up to where Lion stopped, once again, I think in our individual countries, we need to start preaching sound system culture to our people to understand it very well. As Lion said, when you come to Ghana, people don't really understand this culture. You understand me? You try to sell it, people are not buying it. Even when you try to put up a clash or you try to put up a dance for even your fellow selectors who are booked and paid on it, for them to promote it is even problem.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's always
you call someone that, listen, post the flyer. The person will tell you that, I'm not going to put the flyer. I'll post the flyer. Maybe if today is Monday, he will tell you he will put the flyer on Friday. I'll put it on Friday. Imagine this, that you putting your money into something, you pushing it, and the person you have booked and paid, you are telling the person that push the thing, and the person rather is giving you the ultimatum that he is going to post it on this day. It's quite disheartening.
Yeah, so I know.
So our people must change that attitude.
Yeah.
Yes, and again, also, I think we must start with our African artists in terms of dub-plated order.
Exactly. This was that. Because I will come to that. I will come to that.
All right. So seriously, I feel that in our individual countries, education had to start going on. We had to organize symposium for ourselves and all that. In Ghana, we've done first one, it was successful. Second one, nobody showed up.
Wow.
You understand me? And now we are trying to put up another one again. You understand me?
But I think, don't you think we have to modify it? We don't have to use the same system that they are using. We have to modify it and kind of bring some other rules and other ways of doing things, because it's Africa, otherwise it will take us donkey years to build the sound system culture. We must find our own way of doing things. It doesn't have to be exactly the normal way.
All right, so
people are not, and they don't know about this sound system culture, and it will take time.
So now in Ghana now, talking about sound system culture reasoning, myself from Legacy Sound International, we have Eddie Ranks of Nexus Sound System, and then Kojo Kombolo, who represent Lifted Selection. The three of us, we talk almost all the time. Now, what we have planned to do is to cut local dubs. We will go into clash now with our local artists. And now all sound system culture entails a lot. As a selector, you must have the skill of writing your own dub.
Exactly. Your own
You
dubs.
understand?
Exactly.
You see, because if I listen to a lot of sounds, it's like the same set of dub.
Yeah.
This one plays it, and it's like the same lyrics. It's like
It's the
copy
same
and
thing, yeah.
paste, copy and paste. So now we the selectors too have to be skillful in a way
Skillful,
that
yeah.
you have to sit down and think and write.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I
see?
agree with you. I totally agree with you.
And seriously, writing dubs is not a joke business.
It is not. No. Sound clash
Yeah.
is not a joke business. It's not a
Yeah.
joke business. You see, many people, many sounds they have their dub plate box is deep, but when they stand in front of front of the crowd, they get mess up.
Definitely.
Yes.
So I like how Lucky Bob is running his mouth and all that kind of thing. You understand me?
Tell him again.
So you want to take on Lucky Bob now?
No, it is not that I want to take on Lucky Bob now. Lagazi is a man who take on anybody and floors anybody down.
Okay.
You understand me?
But that's
but
fine.
what I'm saying is that I like how he's running his mouth. You understand me?
Yes.
But maybe he's not buck anybody who run his mouth like the same way. You understand me? Like
Okay.
talk and talk back.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I'm like, this man can chat. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
That's
Trust me, Lucky Bob have contraction for anything, any speech you have, you got contraction for it.
And you know one thing that many of the sound men don't realize. I mean, we do talking for living.
Yes.
We talk to get paid.
Of course.
Yeah, so
Of course.
it's a good feeling. But
Of course.
yeah, I mean, I'm like King Rife saying about the way forward. The way forward on this, I don't think is a big, massive
Issue,
steps.
yeah.
What we need to realize is, the people are in this industry for so long, and they spend millions to cut a dub plate. Number one, we need to listen to them.
Okay.
Okay. Number two, we have to get a communication in all corners. Well, many people don't know, but if you ask Papa Bingi himself, he will tell you every move I am taking or what I'm doing, I always put him in the front as an
Yes.
elder who have
Yes.
experience. And I
Experience.
will tell him, yo, Papa Bingi, boy, here we go, and you got 2 minutes. This is what I'm up to. And he
Yes.
will give me advice.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So our young selectors that behind us, they don't want to do that
They
because
are not.
they are mixing between fame on a music and to have a big box of a dub plate.
Okay.
You understand? It's very different. You can have some selectors in New York who are so famous than Papa Bingi, and they are making more money than him. But when it comes to dub plate, Sasamani is the boss.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we don't identify them two things. We keep mixing them up. You know, and as a sound system culture, we have rated way. But at the end of the day, we're doing the same thing.
Yes.
And like Legacy said, cutting a dub plate, writing your own song is
Yes.
very important.
It's very important.
Because sometimes I will play somebody dubs because the artist can't pronounce what I want to tell them on the writing that I give them. You will hear somebody says to me, no man, that's a splice dub. Because it don't sound like Besa DC.
Yeah.
It don't sound like Jaro.
Yeah.
Every sound system, they got the same set of tunes. The same set of tunes. And the big sounds that, you know, on the industry, they manage to have a creativity of their songs, their rhythms. They send in their own rhythms. They have anthems that no sound can play. Them kind of thing. That's
Yes.
what we need.
Okay. Come in, Lion.
I think I'm sort of like I beg to differ a little bit with what Lucky Bob is saying. I'm sure I'm speaking for an environment that I'm familiar with, so I'm going to speak for South Africa, right?
Yes.
I think what Lagazi and Lucky Bob are saying, they are correct in saying that we have to be very smart in the way how we write our own doublets.
Yes.
But now the challenge that also comes with that, which I've noticed, I've got some doublets that I've got maybe one of the biggest busy signals, Jamaica Love, because I wrote that intro for Busy. So if you listen to my Busy signal and everyone else who has voiced, you will hear that mine is saying something totally different than most of the sounds, because I wrote that for Busy. Right. Yeah,
carry on.
All right. So what I want to get, the point I want to get to is that the market we have here is a market that is still in its infancy.
Yes.
So you're gonna walk them baby steps. So which means if Remain Vago's sole provider, when you cut that, you're gonna have to cut it as a 45. Because you want to introduce that same so in other words, you cut a doublet, but you got to make it as close as the 45 as possible, because the people that you are trying to introduce doublets to are clueless when it comes to the art form. So you're gonna be very smart. You're gonna be very smart, because remember, we gotta be very smart, because the people that are going to, there's always going to be new fans coming onto the arena wanting to understand this whole dynamics of sound system culture. There's youths right now that are growing, but the most of the fans, they don't know about doublet. So when you start changing rhythms and you start changing the lyrics so far away from the original 45, a lot of those people actually will not like the sound of the song. But as a sound man, we will understand that that Shashamane doublet was cut differently. It sounds good. So that's why I'm saying, like, whenever you're cutting, I've got a certain caliber of doublets that I will never play in a dance.
Yes.
I'm waiting to play them when I back up King Lagazi and
I love that. Yes. So, throw some points. Throw some punches on him.
Yeah. So those doublets are what I'm trying to say is, like, what I want you guys, especially my brothers who are living overseas, who are not on the continent of Africa, what we need from you is to understand one thing. What is happening in Europe and what is happening in America as far as the sound system culture is concerned? Those countries have actually reached the pinnacle of the culture. It can't grow any bigger than that. Right. We in Africa, we are the new frontier now. So if we are smart enough and we start focusing on what's happening on the continent, and we start putting the energy on the continent, I promise you, we are going to be the next big thing that comes out.
Yes, sure. Yeah.
Right. But what we are doing, what we are doing with this, a lot of sounds that are residing overseas, some of them, they've got egos that are so big.
Yes.
They actually think because they live in Europe or they live in USA, they're from Africa, they cut doublets, so they are the big thing.
They are superior.
They're superior. When you invite them for, like, you could invite them for small talks, like platforms like where we are on right now, they might not actually entertain something like that. But what I would like to urge you is for you guys to drive anything that you can to the continent. If it means empowering the youth who are on the ground, if it's in Gambia, if it's in Kenya, if it's in Ghana, we need to empower the youth, because I can tell you right now, we all, I think, were raving about the video that went viral the other day when Popcorn was in Gambia. I don't think we have seen anything as big as that in Africa. I haven't seen any crowd that big in Africa. That tells you something about what's happening on the continent. There is a wave that we need to pay attention to. So it's not stage performances, but I can tell you that is going to have a ripple effect into the sound system arena. So we just need to keep the eyes on the prize.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. That's exactly what we have to do. Keep the eyes on the prize. Papa Bingi, talking about cutting dubs. I have what I noticed now is all these new young DJs, they or sound system, they're cutting only dubs from foreign artists instead of empowering their own artists who will
Yes.
have even a more impact on their sound rather than paying rather than cutting doublets from foreign artists. So don't you think we should support our own artists as well? Because this helps our, also help us to grow. Because playing doublets from our own artists, I'm not saying they should not buy doublets from other artists, but they should concentrate also on our own artists, at least so that they can have an impact within the community as well. Because it's not only foreign artists doublets that has impact in a clash.
Yes, you're right. That's why for me I always try to make sure that I cut our African artists. And that's
Yes.
why the first of January of this year I put out a mixtape and it's called Motherland Connection. In that in that doublet, I mean, it's a doublet mix, but it only African artists from
African, yeah.
Ghana to Gambia to Senegal to Kenya to West, like all part of Africa, you know. So we need to do that too. We need to support our artists in the motherland. You know what I mean? At least cut our own artists too. It's not only Jamaican and when wherever play reggae music. You see, if you when you go to Japan, they got their own artists. You know, they
Yes.
support a lot of their Japanese artists. Even
Yeah,
in a
Japan.
clash,
Okay.
you hear them playing Japanese artists in their own language. You know,
Yes.
so we should encourage our own sound system from the motherland. You know, we
But
need
also,
that.
don't you think there's a problem also because most of these artists would ask for a lot of money for a doublet, and
Mhm.
I think this is a time whereby we have to collaborate with each other. You know, supporting. Sometimes I think my experience about how this doublet thing started, getting recognition is back in the days when an artist would go to a DJ and say, "Yo, this is my new song. You are the only one who can play this doublet." And then
Yes.
the DJ went to an event and boast about it, you brag about it, and then other sound system would try to buy it to cut that doublet so that they would be able to counteract this sound system. So this is how it became. People started investing in cutting doublets. Because if you hear a doublet from Shashamani and he's bragging, "I am the only one who can play this doublet. Anybody who play this doublet, I will pack up and go." Next time you go and find this doublet, and this
True.
artist, you maybe at least even if he's not prepared to do it, you will convince him to do it and pay him some money, so that you can at least counteract anybody who comes to a dance and say, "Hey, I am the only one who has this song and nobody else can have it." There's a system to this. It didn't start just like that. It started from somewhere. This is my experience. This is how I understood how these doublet things, became a lucrative business. I think
Yes,
you may
that.
you can give me your own point of view on that.
Yes, you're correct. You know, well, we used to do that back in the days. Yes, true. We used to do whereby when you have a dub is only you can go to a dance and boss that if you play this I lock off. And you're right. I got some doublet that I can boss on any sound. If you play this one here, I lock off. You know what I mean?
Yes. Mhm.
So we need to, but all I'm saying is we need to elevate our African artists.
Yes,
You know,
exactly. Mhm.
and it's not, as you said, not all of them will charge you a lot of money because sometimes it's really hard in Africa. So in order for, it's no need of taking advantage of them.
Yes.
You find more sound live in the diaspora. So the
Yeah.
best thing is like give them food too because going to the studio in
Mhm.
Africa
Man,
is
you have to
more
pay.
is more you have to pay for the studio
More
time.
expensive. Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but,
It's more
but, but,
expensive than over here. You know?
but Papa Bingi,
Yes.
um, can we all be honest, right? The reason why maybe we end up cutting international artists like or Jamaican artists on doublet because the Jamaican artists have made doublets a business, right?
Yes.
They literally make a living. They make a living out of doublets.
Mhm.
Now, my question is, what is stopping the African artists to do exactly the same? Because I promise you, right now on this panel, can you tell me one African artist right now who's running a dub program? You will never like who runs a dub like religiously runs a dub program to say every month you hear maybe X artist is running a dub program, he's voicing doublets. Like we always get this post where Cargo is voicing 10 doublets for $250,
Yeah.
right? What the problem with African artists is that they always wait for us to go to them and say, listen, I need a doublet. It's not like they don't see what we are doing. They know what we are doing,
Can I
right?
jump into that quickly?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry to cut
Come in,
you.
Lucky Boy.
Yeah, sorry to cut you. We have a big problem when it comes to our own artists
Mm-hmm.
for a doublet.
Mm-hmm.
Because like one of the passing comment here, Che Fire said, easy to have a Sizzler doublet than our reggae artists in the
Mm-hmm.
Gambia.
They are
Which is
difficult to
true.
deal with. They're
But now
very
listen
difficult.
to this. Me
Mm-hmm.
myself as a sound man,
Mm-hmm.
I cut Gambia artists.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you here now, and I'm not gonna call names,
Mm-hmm.
but I send money to 3 of them
Mm-hmm.
that I know that
Mm-hmm.
I never even have a jingle from them.
Mm-hmm.
And the price that they ask me, I
Mm-hmm.
send them a double.
Mm-hmm.
And I never have even a jingle from them.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay. And now I start traveling to Jamaica 2007.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In the Jamaica soil, Papa Bingi will tell that if I'm wrong, correct me.
Mm-hmm.
If you give an artist a 10,000 Jamaican dollar,
Mm-hmm.
he will give you a doublet, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Studio time is 2,000 Jamaican dollar or 3,000. Yeah, expensive studios 4,000, and he will give you a doublet. Okay, some of the Jamaican artists, as you playing their songs,
Mm-hmm.
and they know that you are exposing them,
Mm-hmm.
they can give you a 10 doublet, no problem.
Yes.
Okay, our own people,
Mm-hmm.
when you approach them, like Lion Pa said, they are
Mm-hmm.
waiting you to approach them. But you
Yes.
approach them already
Mm-hmm.
and ask them for a doublet, they
Mm-hmm.
will tell you that, well, you pay Jamaicans, $500, so give me that. Yeah, but they don't understand the business that every country goes by their own currency.
By their
You
own
cannot
career.
charge me, you cannot charge me a dollar in
Mm-hmm.
Gambia because
Yeah.
you don't use dollar, you use dollars.
True. True.
So if a American artist charge me 500 American dollar,
Mm-hmm.
he or she is paying the studio time
Mm-hmm.
$100 or $50 or whatsoever and pay the engineer, pay his petrol and gas. That
Mm-hmm.
500 is gone before end of his time out of the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you give $7,000 to a Gambian artist,
Mm-hmm.
he pay a studio time in Gambia is $1,000 to $1,500.
Okay.
So he got $5,000 in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And that $5,000 is how much that $5,000 can have for you. You
Mm-hmm.
can buy a bag of rice for that. You can buy 20 liters of oil for that. And you can have a change to buy a liquor and smoke and all them things.
Yes.
But now they want a $30,000.
What? Really?
Yeah, yeah. An artist asked me a
Wow.
$30,000
Yeah,
for a
yeah, yeah.
doublet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So I think to me, you tell me that I ask you, am I booking you for a stage show or am I cutting a doublet?
yeah, crazy,
Because
crazy, crazy,
doublet, we
crazy.
have to understand, it's not a 45. Doublet is not a song.
Mm.
It's a promotion of calling a sound
Exactly.
name and beat that sound up, how much you admire that sound. So if
Exactly.
you want it in a dainty way, that's
Mhm.
what we call a killing dub.
Mhm.
But some of the sounds, like a stone loaf, they are juggling sounds.
Mhm.
They're not a war sound. They are
Mhm.
all their doublets are mellow and sweet.
Clean, yeah.
You understand? I
Mhm.
know an artist that if I pick up a phone right now and says, "Yo," like I will call that artist name, and
Mhm.
anybody can confront him.
Yeah.
Kokoti just released a song.
Mhm.
It's like an old time rhythm,
Mhm.
but the soundtrack is "Yesterday Where You Gone." Okay,
Mhm.
when he sent me that song and he says, "Send me a video clip, I will give you a doublet."
Mhm.
Now our people don't do that.
They don't understand. They just don't
Okay,
understand this the promotion side of it.
we will we
All
will
they see.
expose we will expose our artists and play
Yes.
their artists
Yes.
and play them anywhere. When we
Exactly.
approach them a doublet, even we give them money,
Mhm.
that money is not enough. No matter Africa how hard it is,
Mhm.
but it's harder here than Africa.
Yes. Well.
When you are working and you are going in and out, sound business, working, family, and all that, you send $10,000 is in Gambia for a doublet,
Mhm.
and then you never hear from them.
Yeah, I would like to talk about that. This and because most artists I will not say most artists. I think the people living in the back home, they take us to be they don't take us serious. They take us to be like jokers. You send your money, they don't do your service, do the service for you. Presently, I am telling you, I know of one Gambian dancehall artist. I just don't want to call his name, who was supposed to do a dub plate for the last clash for one of the sounds. And the boy have to beg him even to do the dub plates, and he didn't do all. He just do few, and the rest he didn't do it. So
Yeah,
this is wrong, and
I,
they should stop that.
I will
If,
contribute to
if you know
that
you
as
cannot do a
well.
dub plate, give the person back his money. It's better.
I will contribute to that as well. You
Yeah.
see, the difference between our own artists back
Mhm.
home
Mhm.
and the different, like a diaspora artist, like a Jamaican artist.
Mhm.
Jamaican artists, they respect their sound systems, you know.
Mhm.
Every artist in Jamaica, they have a camp. They
Mhm.
got a sound system that they pair with those sounds. Any
Yes.
tune they release, they will give them doublet for free.
Yeah, this is promotion. This is this
Our
this is
artists, our artists, even they are on your side, they are on your camp. They don't
Mhm.
want to expose your sound as we
They look,
exposing their songs.
and the funniest thing is they don't even share their songs to the right people. They don't share their song. Me personally, only few people share their songs to me. And Lagazi and how to call it, Lion Park can tell you, I have sent them songs from Gambian artists who even they never sent me their songs. Who even don't even like anything that I do on Facebook. They are my friends, but they don't share anything, nothing. I have done mixtapes for them, give them even the opportunity, give them the chance to be at the top 4 or 5 artists on the mix. They never shared it. Year in, year out, I would share it, tag them. They would not share, they would not do anything. They would not even listen to it. So how do you expect us to promote them? So the thing is, the African artists also have to understand this business. It's about promotion. It's not only about money. You want to be exposed. What you do, you go to Lucky Bob, or you go to One Tribe, or you go to how to call it, any other sound in that you know, whom you know he has the ability to promote you.
That
It's not
that's why
only about money.
that's why I was saying that the mind they have to have a mind shift where we should actually be having artists every week. I'm privileged enough to be someone who is in South Africa. When it comes to the sound system culture, the youths in South Africa who are artists, they give me so much respect because I think they have seen the vision I have as far
Yes.
as that side of the business is concerned. So I'll
Mhm.
be honest with you, I cannot complain
Mhm.
when it comes to the notable South African artists that are I've voiced tons and tons of doublets. Likewise, the youths in Zimbabwe. I've got artists that I am on a personal friendship with. They understand the concept of doublets, but I think collectively in Africa, the African artists should have. I was disappointed when I saw one Ghanaian artist. I'm not going to call his name. Prominent artist in Ghana. There's only two big prominent artists in Ghana that, if I mention and say too big, you guys know exactly who I'm talking about. One of those artists was on a doublet program in New York City from one of the dub runners in New York City, and this brethren has never put out a doublet program on the continent of Africa. So I asked myself, and I said, why should I bother to go and voice you? But we live in Africa. Why can't you put out on your social platforms to say, African Sound Man, this is the price for doublets. Come run in, let's do some doublets. That's what I'm saying. These artists, they need to get to a point where they also need to run dub programs like what the Jamaican artists are doing.
Look,
so
excuse me, look at Cargo. Cargo, very smart youth, very smart youth, and he's making a lot of money out of doublets.
He's making millions.
He has his studio, he does it at home. Fast, you ask, he gives you a very good offer.
Excuse me, you know, every artist, they all got this portable studio. And I'm sure every sound man have your own little portable studio on your laptop that you can record and mix and master yourself. Because like I said, doublet is not a song, it's a doublet. You understand? Okay, so when we as a people and we want to embrace our artists and we want to see our artists how versatile they are, how they are fit into this industry. What they do, they run on your head and want to compare to something that they are not. Okay, right. When we say our artists are big and our artists are comparing themselves with a small, what else can we do? We can't do nothing. We can't do nothing. All what we can do is to expose them and tell them, look, we are behind you 100% and we want to help you. Some of my doublets that I don't spend 1p out of it. And if I play them anywhere, you will tell me it's $1 million song. You know, but that all down to how the connection we have among ourselves and the understanding that we have. And we have to remember, every artist have to remember, your music have to fly first before you.
Yes.
If your music fly before you, you will come back for your music. And who flied your music? The DJs are sending music across the globe. And we never, and they will say, oh, you need to give me a studio time. I pay bills, I pay this. Yes, it's true. We have to give you a studio time. We have to give you a food. But don't forget, we pay internet too, We have energy that we use our energy. We use our studio. We use our equipment. We use everything.
I was gonna talk about that because this is the same thing that I told to let me say two artists recently. I've been supporting them, promoting them. Anytime I need something, they will tell me, send me studio fee. I say, look, so do you think all I'm doing it for you for free? The internet that I'm using, I have to pay for it.
Yeah.
My time.
Your equipment.
My equipment. The effort that I put in this. So it's really sad, and our DJs as well. Some of them are too hype because they have a few followers. They think they are bigger than everybody.
Some of the DJs, they lost their wife and their children by playing music. I tell you this now, believe it or not. Some of the DJs in the world, they play music so much so that they don't have a time for their family, and their wife end up kicking them out.
Yes. Yeah, this is music.
Them because the love they have for the music. And this is what we are not recognizing. I mean, selectors, most of the selectors, they don't even rate us.
Yes, exactly.
They don't even rate us.
Yeah. They don't share their songs. How many DJs do share their songs with you, Lucky Bob? Gambian artists, sorry. How many? They don't share their songs.
Gambian artists, I'm saying this, I'm gonna say it very slow and nice, so it will be easy for when this platform gets shared, they all can hear it.
Yes.
Gambian artists from A to Z,
Mhm.
none of them ever
Mhm.
send their songs to me.
Look at that.
I will inbox them.
Yes.
I will send them my email,
Mhm.
and they will send me their songs,
Mhm.
and I will play their songs in my ability in a style,
Mhm.
and I will cut. But what they do now, this is the funniest part.
Mhm.
You will play their songs on your live stream or whatsoever. They don't even share.
Thank you. It's
They don't. They don't even share that. They will cut the part of the video that you are playing their songs
songs.
and post that.
Wow. Really?
But they will not share your
Your
doing
live video.
or
Okay.
your live video or
Your
whatever
mix.
you are doing. They're gonna
Yes.
cut the part that you are
Anyway,
playing their song and post that.
that
I
is
will
not
tell you.
That means we don't want you to be exposed,
yes.
but the time that you are playing,
Mhm.
and they will not even get back to you and say thank you for your
Thank you.
support.
Exactly. That's
Okay, right now let
uh-huh.
me say the difference here.
Mhm.
I deal with all these artists.
Mhm.
When I give that kind of highlight to a Jamaican artist,
Mhm.
he or she personally will call me
Mhm.
and tell me, Lucky Bob,
Mhm.
God, you play so wicked for me, man. And he will share the whole program.
Mhm.
Okay? Right. Our Gambian artists, I'm talking about myself here.
Mhm.
My Gambian artists, none of them,
Mhm.
from A to Z, none of them ever send me a song.
Mhm.
And if I ask their songs and play their songs,
Mhm.
they will share my live video. They cut what is belongs to them
Mhm.
and post that on their Instagram.
Yeah, that's really sad. I have a bad experience with them.
Yeah.
Definitely. I have a bad experience with them. They don't share, they don't send me their songs. I have to go search for their songs all over from third party or from other people, and even what I do in public and what I do behind the scenes is bigger than what people see,
Who
because
is this? Who is this? Riverstone.
hey, relax, take it easy.
Riverstone. Move, man. Go.
Relax.
I want beat that boy, man.
Relax. I am controlling this panel. I am controlling this talk show. So take your
No, man.
time.
Brother,
Don't
this
rush.
boy give me too
Don't
much
don't
trouble. This
don't
boy
rush my
give me too
guests.
much trouble.
Don't rush. Don't attack my guests. Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
This is something we need to address maybe on a different show, whereby we will talk mainly about Gambian artists and the DJs as well. Because some of them they don't really understand this music business. Yes, there are a lot of things that we should talk about, and I think time might not allow us because many people have something or some other things to do. And now I would like us to Lagazi, King Lagazi.
Yeah,
Is Lagazi with us?
yeah,
Do you want to contribute about
yeah.
on that?
I mean,
You have you have the top
of course.
top artists in African artists in how to call it in Ghana right now, and they should be cutting doublets for
Listen,
you. They should be- yeah.
listen. When Lucky
Mm.
Bob was talking about Gambian artists and he was lamenting, I'm like,
Mhm.
this is a big joke.
Mhm.
You understand me? Ghana is the biggest joke of all.
Wow.
We have see,
Boom, 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 boom.
see,
Boom,
we have
boom, boom.
we have all the top artists in Ghana talking about Stoneboy, the Shatter, the Jupiter.
Jupiter,
Mention
yeah.
them,
Samini.
Samini, and all that. Now,
Yeah.
listen. I want this honorable house to tell me whether it makes sense.
Mhm.
Shashamane wants to cut Shatawale on door. Shashamani linked me up that, yo, Lagazi, you know, I say, me want cut Shatter on them. I say, all right, boom, me pick up for me car Shatter. That, yo, listen, Shashamani want to cut you on dub. He will pay. Let's try the deal. Can you believe that Shatta Wale linked me up to his management in Jamaica?
Wow.
Shashamani had to link management from Jamaica, link up Kim, send money to Kim to cut Shatta on door. This is one of the biggest joke.
Yes, disrespectful, definitely. You know.
See, this is disrespectful.
And like I say, not to cut you short, I talk with Shatta Wale, and he gave me the number for Kim. Like, this is my manager. Go through the management to get it up. I'm like, really?
I link up Shatta. Shatta, I want to be your dub agent in Ghana. You know that all the money sent to Kim, Shatta couldn't take one peso out of the money.
Wow.
Shatta making other people rich somewhere. And my own African artist that when nobody was promoting this artist, we were there to put him on TV and radio.
Yes.
And today we need a dub from him. And the man was, and this, that, this is the biggest joke I'm talking about. This is the biggest joke I'm talking about. We have artists in Africa, Ghana here, who can wake up and say, we have a lot of sounds in Ghana. We have a lot of Lagazi Sound International. We have Lifted Selection. We have Nexus Sound System. We have Fire Crew Sound. We have Nature One Sound. We have a lot of sounds. We have a lot of sounds in Ghana that these artists can wake up and even we are willing to pay them when we take them to the studio. But listen, it's been hurt. If I should tell you how I suffered to get even one doublet from Shatta, you'll be surprised.
Yeah,
same hustle with Stoneboy up to today. Same hustle with Jupiter up to today. Why? Our own African artists. So, first and foremost, our artists in Africa, they don't understand the doublet business.
No.
Sure.
They are clueless. They are clueless about it. They don't know about it. They don't even know the importance of doublet. I'm telling you this. So sometimes I end up not blaming them too much simply because they don't know jam and they are not prepared to even learn about it.
Man, yeah, this is the problem. This is the problem.
See, you want to cut doublet with an artist. You and him go to studio. You give the artist a foundation rhythm to ride on and say, this rhythm there. They don't even learn.
No.
A lot of them have done heads.
Sad. It's really sad.
So it's really sad. Even though in Ghana we are trying hard to even educate all these artists. You understand me? Still now, these artists are not even paying attention to us. Now we the clique in Ghana says, okay, we want to do a doublet clash, but we want to play strictly Ghanaian artists. Ask yourself, I have Nexus Sound System on the live. You can ask him. I have Fire Crew on the live now. You can ask them. The struggle we are going through to even get this artist, that we are going to organize clash in their honor to push their works. Yes. They are not even supporting us.
They are not supporting.
So Africa, we have a long way to go. Listen, you know the joke thing. Now I have some artists that if they are Jamaican artists, if they record their song, they cut doublet at the same time and they send the two to me.
They send it to you, yes.
Yeah, you understand me? Like recently, Win Wonder did the same thing. He recorded a song and cut doublet at the same time. Say, like I say, you don't know, man. Yo, you have the 45 and the doublet at the same time. And if you like me to change it in the you understand me? Big artists. We're talking about big artists with a lot of accolades. Our artists are just coming. And if you tell them something, they will refuse to take it. They don't take advice. They have no manners, conscience, nothing.
Exactly.
They are clueless about the business.
This is it. They don't
This-
take advice.
No,
I agree with you.
This
They don't
thing
take
must
advice.
stop.
I have
When
dealt
you-
with them. Carry on.
When you talk, they say, "Oh, you are disrespecting them."
Yes.
When you talk, they say, "Oh, their fans will come at you and insult you for a whole month," and the artists themselves will call their fans to order.
Yes.
That is why in Ghana, sound system culture is marking time. Now, even on the radio, even common jingles for this artist to give us jingles, it's a big problem.
Yes.
It's a big problem in Ghana. And when you don't play them on the radio, this idiot will go and stand somewhere and will begin to insult you. That, oh, he doesn't promote us. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do that.
Yes.
Which is wrong.
I totally agree with you.
In as much as we are trying to put our best into this for everything to work, others too are somewhere they are pulling us back. Our artists are selfish. They think about their self alone and what they will get, and that is all. They are clueless about the business. They don't know jack, and they are refusing to learn. And until we wake up and we start to ship their ass, and publicly chastise them. Trust me, sound system culture in the name of our artists will not be able to stand on its feet in Africa. I'm telling you.
And thing like I do while you on the Ghana topic, what is his name? Stone Boy. You know, Stone Boy promised me dub. Like now it's 2 years. I'm waiting for the dub.
Don't
2 years now.
Don't let me start talking. Don't let me start talking. Don't let me start talking. You see, one thing. Yeah, and the saddest thing is when they are about to come to Europe, guess who they call? They will call a King Ralph, and they start hyping, and like the people that you bring in your shows, they are not popular in Gambia. Come on, if I sit and wait for the artists in Gambia, man, it will take ages for me to have their songs.
I got 4 artists that I can just name them eyes closed. I send them money.
Yes.
Double.
I know one presently who is still didn't cut the dub plate and didn't give back the money.
Yeah, I ask the price and they give me the price because of like we all saying, Africa is hard. So I make it double.
Yeah, that's
okay, double.
Oh
And
man.
I can't even get them on the phone.
Yeah, that's really sad. That's really sad. I think Lucky Bob, this issue we have to talk about it on a different show, because there are a lot of things that is happening. There are a lot of things that is happening in the Gambia and what would I call it, industry or the Gambian music scene, entertainment scene, that we need to talk about. We need to address those things. No matter what they say, because most of the time, if you address them, they will say, you are a bad man, you are a hater. Why am I hating you? I have reached the pinnacle. Why we are doing this? We are not being paid. We are doing this because we love it and we want to pave the way for the next generation. This is why we are doing this. I could have gone, it's weekend, I could have gone somewhere else and have fun or visit somebody. But likewise, all the people who are on the platform, but we dedicate our time. So we expect the youths also to respect that. I tag one of the Gambian DJs, he on target. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Because of popularity? No.
It's just
what is it? What am I gonna earn from this?
It's just crazy that
I think
a big artist like Freddie McGregor, a big artist like Michael Rose, a big artist like Luciana, they will take their time and put the gas in their car and drive to a studio and cut a wicked dub plate that you can ever had, clean as crystal, and give it to you to say
why?
thank you.
You know why?
Being in the industry.
Yeah, because they know the importance of it. They know how important you are to them. Because playing their songs on your platform and you want to say something? You want to contribute?
I just wanted to add on to what.
Carry on.
I think we also got to look at it from I don't have anything negative to say, unfortunately, for the reggae artists, like in the reggae dance artists, say in Zimbabwe or in South Africa, because I think they understand the importance of doing this. And some of my early doublets were doublets that were voiced by local artists, and it's doublets that they actually gave me for free. Fast forward to what is happening now, you will see that the advantage, I would say an advantage that is there right now in South Africa, which is obviously a disadvantage when you consider the rest of the continent. In South Africa, I mean, if you consider the rest of the continent, is that reggae and dancehall, the culture itself, is actually in its infancy. You know, it's not at a point where, for the size of the country, reggae is so, it's concentrated in small little places, right? But what I have also seen is that the local artists, they've adopted and they understand the sound system culture. I can tell you right now, pretty much every week I get notices to say we're running a dope program, we're voicing doublets. And I think it just boils down to all of us on the panel also having these discussions and also making sure that on the ground the message is clear. You know, that guys actually understand why you're doing this. Because to be honest with you, a person like Lagazi should not be struggling to get doublets.
No, not at all.
He's on radio. You know, he's supposed to be getting doublets. Artists should be queuing doublets, right? Because that's the platform where the music is played. Likewise, a person like Lucky Bob. So I think this is an issue that, like you said, we could take it on another platform where we probably invite some artists as well. I saw somebody commenting and saying we must invite some artists and discuss and see what is the problem, where are these challenges. My last point I want to make is coming to the big artists in Ghana. I also inquire to try and voice the money that they ask me for a doublet. You will be shocked. You will be shocked how much money that they wanted for doublets. But again, I think it's a topic for another day.
Now we will jump into the clash that happened in Gambia. 220 Hub clash. I think that was the first clash, and it seems Gambians are into clashing right now. I would say congratulations to Silver Mountain, who came out to be the winner. I think Lucky Bob is proud of his youths. That's good. We love to see the youths also to elevate to move to our next level. So this is why we are doing this. We are not being paid. We just do this because we love it and we want the youths to do better than us. For me, this is what I want. That's why I paved the way. I could have been DJing, but I cannot do that. I cannot do everything at once. Everybody has a level whereby you know what you can do and what you cannot do. You don't have to force. For me, the likes of DJ Cora, they paved the way. When it was their time, they moved easily without no force, no fight. And the same thing applies to me. I have paved the way for the youths, and that's why most of the time I book them to play on my shows. Even I don't even play because I cannot even play because I'm organizing the shows. I am doing a lot of things in such events. But the fact is, these young DJs don't appreciate what we do. Only few people appreciate. Few people appreciate what we do for them. A DJ promotes your music, so you have to make sure whenever you have something new, you call and say, "Hey, Lucky Bob, I have something new. You are the only one who can play it. Please play it." This is, it's a strategy, and they don't know this. So talking about the 220 Hub clash, it's interesting to see the youths, the next generation. I will not call them youth. Let me say the next generation. Step into the battlefield. Clash is not a joke thing. Let me say this loud and clear. Clash is just like war. So if you are going to a class, make sure you are well prepared. Don't think you are going there because somebody have few doublets, you can go and just win the clash. It's not like that. It's a strategy. You have to be able to read the crowd. You have to be able to understand. You have to be attentive to know the tunes that are played. You just don't stay there, plan your tunes. You have to be attentive, prepared, well prepared to go to a clash because it's a battlefield. It's just like you going out and somebody find you on the road and start beating you up, and you just look at him, he beat you up, and you go home and your mother asks you what happened. Yeah, one small boy beat me up. She will beat you, beat you too. And one thing I would want to emphasize on clashing, if you go to a clash and you have your whole family with you, they will vote for you. But one thing about clashing, you have to be fair. You are going to support your team, but if your team doesn't play good, then you can boo them. This is the way I listen to clash. I have my team, or I have my DJ or sound that I support. But if they don't play good, then I will say. And this is the problem with our Gambian DJs. They don't want to hear the truth. I have had this problem with some of them, and they see me as a bad man or as a hater. No, I am trying to even help you, because then critics. If you learn from critics, then you will know more. But if you see every critic as an enemy or bad man or hater, it will not help you.
So I think the only way you can mitigate something like that, in my viewpoint, and if you look at Gambia right now, I think it's suffice to say Gambia is leading Africa at the moment as far as the culture is concerned.
Okay.
And we're seeing what's happening in Gambia. I've been looking at what's happening in Gambia maybe from towards the end of last year to where we are this year. You would find that there's quite a lot of activities that has been happening in Gambia as far as the sound system culture is concerned. So I personally think, this is just my viewpoint, obviously others might differ, but I think it seems like Gambia are going with something right now. They've got
it's a good look. It's a good look. It's a good look.
So,
it's a good look. But sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so I wanna just stress the point you're saying, that how do you educate the fans not to vote for a sound that is playing bad, right?
Yeah.
Usually you would find that is something very difficult for you to overcome if sounds are all from the same country or the same neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
You always find that there's going to be that element of favoritism. So the reason why I'm saying this, let's look at, if we obviously platforms like these discussions, what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a network of the continent of Africa as far as the culture is concerned. So I think where you're going to see this playing a much better where this issue you're having in Gambia would be, you'll be able to mitigate it, right, is when you start mixing sounds coming from, let's say you get a sound from Kenya, or you get a sound from Ghana, it comes into Gambia and it's clashing with the sound in Gambia. The difference now is that you no longer have, people are now curious to see, what is this sound from Kenya got to offer, or this sound from Ghana got to offer. That's how you expose the local sounds. The fan base changes. That's why the reason why the World Clash series manifested for years. Imagine if all the sounds were from Jamaica. World Clash series would not have lasted 10 years, I can tell you, if all the sounds were only from Jamaica. But because you had sounds coming from Japan, you sounds from England, sounds from America, you create that curiosity. People are curious now to say, Japanese sound, what are they going to play? And you would find now people will shift the way they vote to say, you might be local, but this Japanese sound is. So I think that's where you're going to see, once this starts to manifest, that you start involving sounds from different countries into those cultures. That whole thing of favoritism, as far as fans is concerned, you will see it will automatically die. But
But I think this is something we have to explain, to the sound system culture. We have to explain to the people in Africa, let them know that sound system is not only about supporting your sound. Go to like a football match, Gambia is playing versus Nigeria, you go with your jerseys and everything. No, you can do that. But if your sound,
so let me interject there. Sound system is about fan base.
Yeah, it's about fan base. But if your sound doesn't play good, how can why should you vote for him?
But it's gonna be hard, Raf, because it's like you have your supporters, they are behind you regardless.
Regardless of whether you're playing good or not, they are going to support you. But you
Nah,
must
but
remember the
but
reason why I'm saying.
this is what we have to discourage. You know, you go with your sound. If it doesn't
Mhm.
play good, man, you can vote for him. So
But
next
that's why
time
I'm
you will do
saying.
well. I
That's why I'm
think we
saying
have to
to you.
discourage. We have to discourage that, because I have seen many clashes whereby the same sound playing the same dub place and they are winning every time. The same, how to call it, dub fi dub, the same type of tunes. Nothing
Funny.
changes. They keep those big tunes for the dub fi dub, and then they would play it, and then their fans, they know that this is what they want to. This is the type of, how to call it. These are the songs they want to hear. In the dub fi dub, and then they get away with winning, even though some of them, like this rule whereby you have a sound, is down. So for, like they say, best of three. Okay, let's say, for my opinion, in a sound clash, you have to like have a best of three, or four. Let's say, okay, 4 rounds, and you have a best of three. And the sound, if there's a draw, like 2-2, then they would go to dub to dub. But if somebody is leading 2-3-3-1, he has won the clash. But
But
most of the time, you have a sound
why
who
are you
lead
trying to change? Why are you trying to
who
change?
lead in the yes listen, who lead in the rounds, and then go to they go to the dub to dub, and win the clash. It makes no sense, because
No,
if
but
you lead in the rounds three, you have three, and the other sound have one. It's end game. It should be end game. This is my idea. Okay,
what
I
does the
think
culture
let's
say?
we are drifting. We are drifting. We are drifting away. Let's talk about the clash in Gambia. Papa Bingi, how did you see the clash? Because unfortunately, in big sounds like Timeless Sound,
Mhm.
went out early. They drop out early, and you have young
Yes.
sound like Silver, how to call it, Riverstone, who who Silver Mountain. Are you sleeping? Okay, he's muted. Can you please unmute him?
Hold on. Hold on.
Yes. Okay. Like what I'm trying to say. Some of the big sounds drop out, and we have some young sounds. Trust me, that I've seen there. They have a good perspective. They need to learn, and to research a lot, because sound system is not just going to play. You have to know what it is all about. I have seen
Yeah.
in the dub fi dub whereby they were playing some kind of bashment sound, but
Yeah, but King Rap, the clash was nice because you see,
no, I didn't say it was not nice.
No. I'm not cutting you short. It's just like I like the vibe because
Mhm.
something new to the
Something is
Gambian
happening. Yeah, yeah,
sound system culture.
yep.
But to me, it was like it wasn't like okay, Timeless have a lot of big tune, but
Hmm.
sometime when you clash,
Hmm.
you're supposed to play for the people,
Exactly.
not because sometimes somebody think, okay, I have a big tune and I can
Mhm.
just play whatever.
And just play.
In a
Yeah,
sound clash is different. When
yeah.
you play, don't play your favorite songs. Play
Mhm.
the song that you think people like and
Like, yeah.
would respond to. You know. So it was a good clash. It was a good clash. You
Yes.
know.
So
Can I
what?
say something in that? In
Yeah.
that
Okay.
in
Come in.
in in that class was beautiful. It was a great show. And
Mhm.
Lucky Bob,
Riverstone,
you're frozen.
can you hear me?
We can hear you, but you're frozen. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Talk now.
Riverstone is a sound that is very, very clever sound. Riverstone is very, very clever.
Leave Riverstone alone. To talk
No,
about.
no, no, no. Yes, now big and serious.
Mhm.
He Riverstone got dubs. He got
Mhm.
dubs. But when he read the crowd
Mhm.
and he spoke to his selector and he
Mhm.
says change the whole game.
Change. Yeah.
Yeah. And for
Mhm.
my sound, when the youths communicate with me in the evening,
Mhm. Mhm.
I told them, don't touch your box because this is a strategy now you're gonna play. Now
Mhm.
I know Timeless will come with a big tunes.
Mhm.
You guys have to go with tunes that Gambians will like.
Nah, man.
You
Okay.
understand? And
Mhm.
this is what the technique that the youths that they use. But Riverstone was, I can say, he was the sound of that sound class because he was very, very creative and clever. He was doing anything to take everybody down at that night. I was shaking. I was shaking because every song that he was playing in a 45, we have it in dub,
Mm-hmm.
but the crowd was wanting the 45, and he keep it in there until he get to the final. But now you get to the final, our fan base was more stronger than any of them in there.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be about a dub anymore. It would
Okay.
be about a fan base,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah. King Legacy. Did you watch the Clash?
Legacy, I don't see Legacy.
Okay, Lion.
Oh yeah,
Legacy.
Yo,
Legacy.
Legacy.
yo,
Legacy.
yo,
Legacy, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
yeah. All right, so what exactly am I supposed to respond to? Because it
Yeah,
was
about the
kind
clash.
of cutting and
About the
frozen
clash
and
in
all that kind
Gambia.
of
The
thing.
220 Hope clash.
Uh, um, Matter of fact, I followed it up when it was supposed to happen on Facebook.
Okay.
Actually, I was in tune and all that kind of thing, and later on, I realized that Timeless had a bad network, so they had to postpone it and do it like live. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So and basically it wasn't. I didn't know whether it was live on Facebook because I searched for it and I couldn't find it.
Okay.
But in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
then I saw a post congratulating Lucky Bob that he was the winner. And I'm like, Bombo Clot.
Mm-hmm.
Them steal it for the man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Lion.
Yeah.
Did you watch the clash?
Yeah, I did it. I didn't watch it live, but I went and I watched the playback. And
Yes.
what I liked about I like the concept where you guys had 45s also, and but
Mm-hmm.
then I also saw that there's quite a lot of education that needs to come into that, because some of the
Yeah.
45s that were being played there
Mhm.
are just not 45s for the clash. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Bashman, yeah.
it shows you that it's about just driving, which is good because the strategy is right. What you're trying to do is you're trying to drive the fans to vote for you.
Defense. Yeah. Yeah.
But when it comes to the actual nitty gritties of what it means to be in a sound clash, there's certain songs that actually. But again, it's a discussion for another day
Mm-hmm.
where we actually need to break down things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, I did watch it. I think it was a very good look for Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
For
sorry,
Gambia.
for Gambia. Sorry, for Gambia. And like I said, I follow quite a lot of. I'm one person who's very open-minded. I try and follow quite a lot of things that are happening outside my sphere, and I learn. And
Mm-hmm.
there is something that I liked about that the whole concept of what the
Right.
guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I have a question on that because that's something that I needed to ask someone. I wanted to find out that clash, as far as the sponsorship is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone know actually what it took to put a clash like that?
Well, I think. We don't have anybody here who can
Yes,
give us.
I can. I can give
Please,
you. I can give you
okay,
highlights of
Lucky
that.
Bob, help. Can you help us out?
Yeah, I can give you highlights of that because the youths in Gambia, the youths like Marty, Easy,
Mm-hmm.
and Waza,
Mm-hmm.
they're the one who create and come with this idea.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the whole sponsorship that they have a sponsors.
Yeah.
They
Right.
have a sponsors because at the
Okay.
sound, at this, the whole venue, the whole production, their audience are coming out and all that. They're gonna sponsor for it, and they manage to give every sound $10,000 at the start before they
Okay.
get to the stage,
Wow.
and they got their trophy with a brand new laptop, and the
Mm-hmm.
winners go home with a $20,000. So
Good.
now you put that
That's a
all
good look.
together. Yeah, you put that all together. That means the winners they go home with a $30,000 with a
Mm-hmm.
brand new laptop and a trophy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the logos that you've seen on their flyers,
Mm-hmm.
they all give them a sponsor,
Okay.
and most of them like Matsi, Waza, and Easy, they are all in foreign. And to run that in Gambia successfully, it's not an easy task.
No, it is
You know,
not. I know.
it's
I
not
know.
an
We used
easy
to
task.
do
So
this to mosquito, so I know how hard it is. You
yeah,
know.
and one thing I wanna put it into there, which is not the topic today.
Mm-hmm.
That is, are we as a selectors, like you yourself, King Ralph,
Mm-hmm.
and these other selectors in Gambia, Pisces,
Mm-hmm.
Fireman,
Mm-hmm.
they all need to embrace these youths
Mm-hmm.
and to give them a credit and a respect that
Yes.
things that we cannot do,
Mm-hmm.
they do that, you
Yeah.
know, and the things that we, neglect it and ignore it over the years,
Mm-hmm.
they come with that idea just one day to
Mm-hmm.
try to make it successful. I think next time when they are into that front line,
Mm-hmm.
we just stand behind them and
Mm-hmm.
hold them tight and
Yeah.
to give them a support.
Yeah, this is the problem also. Support. We have to support each other, but you cannot be supporting certain people, so some people, and they are not supporting you.
Yeah.
Personally how what I do when it comes to promoting Gambian artists and DJ. I go all over Twitter, Instagram, and some of them they don't even appreciate it, and this is the
Yeah.
problem. I am not a small boy. I am not looking for fame. I am not looking for anything.
True,
I have
true.
I have reached the pinnacle. When I say pinnacle, ask anybody in Bremen here. I have played in big clubs. I have toured with artists outside Germany. I have played in festivals. Just because now I am an old man. I would say that. because,
Yeah, we're all getting old now, you know.
because yes, they're calling me elder now, so I have to accept I am an old man. But
Yes.
that doesn't mean that I don't know how to play. The thing is, maybe the energy that you people they have now, I don't have it anymore. I am not putting it like, yeah, just yesterday. I was supposed to have one artist on a show, and he didn't turn up. And unfortunately, and luckily, I had my laptop and my controller on, and I just played because I've not played for years for years now. I lost most of my collections, so I was just downloading. So I don't even know the tunes. I was just playing like that.
Right.
So the thing is, we are doing our best. When it comes to promotion, I can put my hand on top. That I have done a lot for Gambian artists and DJs. And some of them, any Gambian artist or DJ who came to Bremen, I brought you here. Some of them I've been with them since 2005. And I've made them household favorite in Bremen. When they come here, it's sold out, full house.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I remember, King Ralph. I remember, first time. What is the bridge in Hamburg? We used to do the
Kingsley,
Kingsley. I remember the first time, Stone Boy came to Germany.
Germany, yeah,
Kingsley.
he brought it. Yeah.
He brought him, and it was like nobody knew who he was back then.
Yes.
You see how
Yeah.
big he is now.
Mhm.
I don't know
So
how he's handling, how he's treating
yeah,
Kingsley, but
we have Riverstone in the building.
Yes.
Pump, pump,
Welcome,
pump, 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 pump.
welcome Riverstone. You I think this was your first international clash. I would say international because, or let's say clash at home. And we would like to know the experience and how it was for you. What did you experience and how did you prepare and how was it? Because we've seen you wrote something on Facebook. So we just want to know. We are not criticizing, but we want to know so that we will rectify all these things. So just
Yes,
let me
sir.
know. First of all, can you please introduce yourself so that people will know who is Riverstone?
Yes, sir,
Sam.
brother. Thank you, Elder. Thank you, Kinral.
You see,
Thank you, Papa
they
Benji,
call me
Sasamani
elder. So
International. Legacy Sound out of Ghana, Lion Pow, South Africa. Then Lucky Bob, the big man himself. See me as a, it's been a pleasure to be part of this, and it's a good look. It's very interesting to hear Legacy, Sasamani, Lucky Bob, and Lion Pow. I have been looking up to some of these sounds for quite a long time. So it's a pleasure, and we're learning a lot from you guys. Keep the good work. So it was a good look. It was my first time playing in the Gambia, and it was the first class on a stage. Though we do class online, but this was the first time we class. We are juggling sound. We have been juggling for quite a long time in Spain, around Spain, and we have never classed here. So this is our first time classing. And I have to say a big thank you to the promoters, them, Machi and DJ Easy. They are doing a very good job, because we must give credit where it is due.
Yep.
It is very hard to organize class in Gambia, and they did it, and it was not a bad one. Though
Yeah.
we have a lot of things to work on, but yeah, it's a good look. It's a good look, and there are certain things that needs to be improved. I mean, when it comes to organizing the class, certain times you cannot just at the middle of the class change the rules. But I can understand, because this is something new to the Gambian people, and it was like they were not much into that doublet thing. And if you give them 100% doublet, it was not going to work. So I knew that from the beginning. This is why.
So okay, you did read the crowd, and knew that this doublet was not going to work for you on that night. That's why you changed your strategy.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I did. If I did went on and give them 100% doublet, strictly a classing thing, it was not going to work for me. And I'm sure I would have just dropped in the first round. So
first round, okay.
I know that the only way I can move forward was giving them something that I know they would take it. So I give them 45s. Maybe it was not even the appropriate 45 to give them in a class, but I have to give them that to get to a point where I would want to. So this is the reason why I give them 45. So
That was a smart move.
Timeless
that
was
was
playing
very
good,
smart.
and we have to give credit where it is due, and Silver Mountain too, and ANG, and all of them were playing good. But the thing is, sometimes Silver Mountain, Timeless, they are two sound full of doublet. So I know I cannot compete with them when it comes to doublet. Though I know I can play all the rounds with doublet, no doubt about that. I can play all the rounds 100% doublet. But that was not going to work for me. So I would have to capitalize on reading the crowd and knowing what they want and giving them exactly what they need. So this is what made me go further. So I know I need to learn a lot from the class, and yeah.
That's good. It was nice to see the youths, or let's say the next generation, going into a clash so back home. I think it's a good look, and we hope that it will continue, and more sounds will join, because the problem is our big sounds. We have big sounds in Gambia. You have Lucky Bob, you have Timeless, you have One Tribe Sound. So why are they not clashing? And this same question goes to the four panelists as well. Why are we not clashing?
Right. I can answer that quick and fast,
Yes.
because the sound that they know in Gambia is Pisces, One
Yes.
Tribe,
Yes.
and is the home base sound. Okay, Timeless and Silver Mountain, we clash twice,
Okay.
and the third time we clash in Gambia. Okay, but when you approach some of the sounds in Gambia, because like I said earlier, they are mixing between fame and a big sound. So they want to secure their name that been going on in Gambia,
Yes, I
and
understood.
they feel like, oh, if I class Silver Mountain on a doublet and my sound get killed,
Yes.
that will reduce my strength of crowd, and people will look down on me, like,
Okay.
because most of the youths in Gambia been color blinded that those sounds are the biggest sound in
Yeah.
Gambia.
Yeah.
Okay, and then when the reality come to the table,
Mhm.
they realize that okay, having a dopey box and a dub box is different. You know what I mean? So these things are because real and truly, like the amount of dubs some of the sound have in Gambia, it's too much. But
Mhm.
you will never see them playing them on anywhere. So it's like having your M16 big caliber and you put it under your bed. You know, so who's gonna scared of that? Who's gonna be afraid of that? Because I can say it's right. The amount of dubs I have, Lion Paw, Legacy, and Sashamani, they one sound can't take the killing. They need a help. You know,
Lucky dog,
No,
lucky
Lucky
Bob,
Boy
lucky
is,
Bob
is
is
a
so
warmonger, you know, warmonger. Eh?
people.
I want to come in here.
Yes, come
I
in.
want to come in here.
Yes, come in,
I just,
Riverstone.
yeah, I just want to say that to introduce, at least I can talk about the Gambia. The rest of Africa, the rest part of the Africa, I cannot say anything because I don't know the crowd. I don't know what they want. But to introduce class to Gambia, I think it would be better if you could first use 45s. It
Exactly.
doesn't have to be strictly a sound class way. You can
Mhm.
use another way that the fans would appreciate more. I
Exactly.
mean, like a sound playing 20 minutes,
Mhm.
juggling,
Mhm.
and then they would judge. The next sound would come and play 20 minutes. This is, I think, would be the most appropriate way to
Mhm.
introduce sound class to them.
Yeah.
By so doing, it would come to a point that you can introduce doublet
Mhm.
bit by bit. But by just giving them for the very first time a
Mhm.
class whereby it is 100% doublet.
Mhm.
So from what I learned and on my first class in Gambia, I don't think
Mhm.
it is going to work because it
Okay.
was like at the first 25 minutes,
Mhm.
the crowd they were bored, and
They
most
are
of the
bored.
people were
Okay.
even
Yeah.
going home because it was like 100% doublet, and most of
Mm.
them don't even have a clue of
Mm.
what doublets
Doublets.
are.
Yeah.
I know Timeless,
Doublets are.
especially, and Silver Mountain were playing very, very heavy doublets. They are very powerful ones for that matter. But the fans were not, most of the fans were not getting it. So
Getting
if
it.
you
Okay.
want to continue like that, it is not going to work because at the end of the
Mm.
day, nobody is going to come to a class ground.
Mm. Mm.
You are 100% right. I think
I
you are
I agree. I
Yes,
agree
this
with
is this is why
100.
Riverstone.
I said we have to find our own way of doing things, because look, Rome was not built in a day, so we would have to have our own way of doing things, have our own clashing rules. I think this is the thing that we have to do. We must have maybe an African African Afrobeat segment or whatever, because this is what the people want to hear. It depends on how you play them.
So
Yeah, and
I have a I have a question because I think we also need to understand one thing.
Yeah.
We need to know that the sound clash, as
Hmm.
much as it's a culture that's standing on its own, it's
Hmm.
still selectors playing music, right? We
Yes.
all agree that it's still selectors playing music. So
Yeah.
I just wanna like add on to what Said said about introducing 45s right in the clash.
Hmm.
What about even looking at, because a lot of these youths who are walking around carrying laptops that are calling themselves selectors or DJs, whatever, a lot of them can't even mix songs.
Mix.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
They can't
Yes.
even mix songs. So what about even having a clash of saying the first 10 minutes where you are juggling, you
Yes.
are going to be judged based on how you mix songs, the
Yes.
exactly.
transition of the songs.
Yeah,
Because this is the reason why this industry is so watered down, because the barrier of entry is so low.
Mhm.
Anyone who comes with
Anyone can jump in.
a laptop and a controller, and with a couple of doublets already starts throwing names. You want to clap,
Yes.
he can't even mix. The idiot can't even mix the songs. So I think those are the things that in Africa, and what he said is something that is a problem across the continent. Don't even
Yes.
think it's a Gambian problem. Here in
Okay.
South Africa, we have the same problem. Not a lot of people understand what is a doublet. So you got to start it where you introduce these things and you come up with ideas where there's something that there's a concept that the guys in South Africa are looking at doing, where they are trying to get the old way of doing things. If you remember how they used to do it in Jamaica, where you have artists come on sound systems. So in South Africa, there is a steppers movement that is like growing so heavily in the ghettos. So what they're trying to do with those steppers, those steppers movement, because mostly you guys know steppers is mostly dub music that gets played. Now there's been a complaint with the reggae artists to say, okay, fine, if you're gonna play dub all day or for 6 hours, which means you are segregating us as artists, how do we perfect our craft? So what the sounds are doing now, on whenever they have those sessions, they bring artists to sing on rhythms. Now that is something that also people are starting to talk to say, what if we actually start doing clashes like that, where we have one physical sound standing that side, and there's a group of artists that are only going to go on that physical sound, on the microphone for that physical sound, and so forth for the other one. So I think those are the ideas that we need to include in Africa. Have something like that. Get these artists to say 10 artists, 5 of them are going to be on Silver Mountain sound. The other 5 are going to be on Lagazi sound. You know, or we're gonna say 10 minutes, these youths are going to juggle, mixing songs properly, how it's done. Because everything else we can discuss on this panel, we're discussing at a high level because we all know we've got all these artilleries, right? But if we are not going to be the generation that is going to carry this forward. We're getting old. So the youth that are coming in, definitely, I fully agree with what he's saying, that 45s have to be introduced religiously in all classes. When if a sound has got doublets, maybe one round for doublets, but have a 45 clash. But that clash has got rules, proper mixing. And also, guys, another thing that is a problem in Africa is the MCs. They are terrible.
The MCs now.
You know? It's like when you listen to these clashes, you hear what this MC is saying, like, what are you saying? What are you trying to say? And also we understand there's a problem with language, right? I don't think there's an issue if youths are clashing in Gambia and talk on the microphone in their local language. I don't see there's a problem.
Exactly.
They do it in Japan. Why can't they do it in Africa? Why should we always
I agree.
You know what I mean? So
I
we
agree
need
with
to
you.
do all those things. Those are the things that we need to do in Africa, for Africa. We need to do things that work for the continent. You know what I mean? This whole thing where we are adapting the international stage, it's all good and right, but at the same time, there is a lot that is being lost if we don't introduce our culture into this into this. Yeah.
Well said. Well said. I do agree with you on that. So right now, I think we are almost 3 hours here, or two and a half hours.
Almost 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can round up, and then I hope the youths will learn from this, and I hope we also will try to make things happen and not only talking. We have been talking for years, so we have to be action oriented.
Yeah, action over talking.
I want to say something.
Oh, carry on.
Yeah, it's a good look, and it's always a pleasure listening to elders like you people. And sometimes, you know, as a young sound coming up, sometimes we do make mistakes.
Yeah.
But I think if we don't reach out to the elders, then sometimes I think the elders also could reach out to us. Then if you listen, then I think it would be a better lesson for us to learn. Sometimes, you know, it's hard. Sometimes you don't even know where you are going wrong. But maybe the elder out there knows you are going wrong. I think it would be better, for at least I can speak from my own part. If anyone reach out to me and tell me, well, you going this way and it's the wrong way. Maybe you need to try this way and maybe it would work for you. I would definitely appreciate that.
Nobody gonna talk to you. You take elders for fool. Nobody gonna tell you anything.
well, we must go. Yes,
you know,
I hope that Papa Bingy coming.
Yeah. What did you say?
I thought you wanted to contribute.
No. I just listened to what we were saying.
So the thing is, we have been how to call it educating some of them, and most of the time we will tell them when we see them going the wrong way, or when they are, when we notice that they are not, they need help, you know, they need assistance, or you know, we advise them, but the problem is they don't listen. They don't listen.
Yeah, we make them listen, bro. We make them
One
listen. And I think we need to have a patience, and because one of the panelists says, Rome don't build one day. You know, if you telling somebody, one thing, you come today and says, I need a food. Tomorrow you come again, I need a food, I need a food. Next day, I need a food, I need a food, I want a what? It became a song. Okay, so we need to talk to them, even they are not listening, but we keep talking to them. We never tired, we never frustrated, we just make sure they listen what you offered, because everybody know how you, King Ralph, contribute in an industry. If you give up that early, we will not be here today. So
Definitely.
that patient, you need to keep that, because every Gambian respect you of what you do. So
I doubt that.
no,
Lucky,
no,
I
no.
doubt
It's
that.
the fact. It's the
I
fact,
doubt that.
because
No, no,
it's the
no.
fact,
But
because
anyway.
they will reach out to you. So people behind the scene see what you can't see. But
Okay.
everybody, I spoke to a lot of selectors in Germany. I spoke to a lot of people in Germany. I used to come there and play there and go and all those things. And every one of them, the ones I ever talked to, none of them ever say anything bad about you. They always says, if you want a boss here as a DJ, King Ralph support Wolipa DJs on a front line.
Yeah, we did our best.
So,
But we are getting old for this now.
yeah, but if you give up earlier, they won't say that. They will be saying, "Oh, that man don't have no patience."
Yeah, I
But
did.
at
I
least
did.
we
I
need
did.
to groom the youth them, because we cannot play music all our life, forever.
Yes,
No,
definitely. They have to take
That's where the youth come in. So you
come
have to
in. Yeah.
groom the younger generation and let them take over from where you left it at. You know.
yeah,
Okay.
we will
So
never look for thank you in this industry, because a
no,
wolipa youths, IBOS,
let
lot
them
of
rest.
them.
No, it's not
Yeah,
about thank. It's not
some
about
of them have
thank.
their own sound now.
Mhm,
Some of them have their own sound now. I
mhm,
still help them myself. Sometimes I spend my money to cut them a dub plate.
mhm,
Some of the youths got a break from my platforms
mhm,
and they class me same way. But that's how it should be, because
mhm,
now when your child is getting grown until he get to the point says, now I want to take the responsibility of the house, you retired for good. That's a
mhm,
good look. That's a good look. We cannot be there forever. We
mhm,
cannot, because me myself, I'm a sound system holder. When I say
mhm,
sound system, I mean like a more than 20 bucks.
mhm.
Okay. You know, every equipment.
Okay.
But that's not enough,
Mm.
because I need somebody to run that in the future,
Yes, sure.
and we cannot tired. We
Okay.
cannot tired. Don't be tired, don't be retired.
Okay, I think it's about time we round up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Papa Bingi, what is I hate saying this, what is your last word? But anyway, how would you conclude this talk show?
I think this is a good beginning. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? We're gonna have more of this kind of conversation, and next
Yeah,
time we'll try to bring in some of these African artists.
yeah,
So they can also hear our grievance and know
yes.
that what is needed
Hmm.
for them to change or make the sound system culture in Africa better. Because we have a lot of sound system in Africa. We just
Yeah.
have to we just need to work together and do
Hmm.
something. And
Yeah.
that 2-2-0 clash, that was a good beginning. That was a
Yeah.
good beginning, and it was a good look for Gambia and
Hmm.
motherland as a whole. So
Hmm.
we need to keep doing things like that, and this
Hmm.
kind of we're supposed to have this kind of discussion more often.
That's a good one from our elder. Okay, King Lagazi, the king from Ghana. Is Legacy with us?
So, I think move. Yes, yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you go ahead?
I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. So I feel moving forward, a lot has been said on the platform. I think good points across our
Yes.
board. And I think what we have to study is we have to look at the Japanese, how
Yes.
they go by their own in terms of
Yes.
playing in their own style. Yeah, you understand me? So if our people don't really understand the dub plate culture, one problem that we're facing in Ghana too is that. But now I feel gradually Ghana is beginning to, love the dog play thing, but it is not all that much. Simply because we are refusing to put a lot of dances. You understand me? There are a lot of things that go on backstage in terms of, oh, this one doesn't want to clap this one because this person feel like he doesn't want to lose his crown to this and all that. And I always tell them it is not about win or lose. It's about lifting the image of the culture. So moving forward, I think we need to inculcate 45 into our clashes. You understand me?
Exactly.
If we can make it mandatory, like strictly, maybe every round we must play an African dub play, because if the people come into the dance and they hear their artists, hear African artists, that also resonates with them to be able to catch up and know what exactly is going on. You understand me? So if we can make it a point that, all right, we are inculcating African, maybe we have strictly Afrobeat round or something. You understand me? Round that the people can catch up with, and at the end of the day, step in line with us. I think that will grow the image of sound system culture in Ghana, and also our artists, they must begin to learn. Dub plate is another huge business. They must begin to learn. And also, like how Jamaican artists, the first time I interviewed Gappy Ranks in 2007, he said he was so happy for even Stone Love to play his dub plate. He said as soon as Stone Love played his dub plate, he got boss. So an artist like Gappy saying this, you understand me? Our artists in Africa, they must also respect the African sounds and give them dub plate. Yes, because when the culture get big, they are the ones who are going to benefit the most. I've seen artists build houses, buy cars out of dub plate. You understand me? Our artists in Africa can do same when the culture becomes big. Now that the culture is struggling, stop mentioning stupid amount of money in terms of dub plate. Please, let's end it here. Stop mentioning that money that don't even fit you, the artist. You understand me? Let us build the culture. When the culture gets to that level, then all of us can eat from it. You understand me? So I think moving forward, we need to inculcate more 45, because from all the discussion from the 220 clash, if all of us can attest to that, people were kind of going away when the dub were being beat. But immediately 45 comes in, people kind of come back to enjoy themselves.
Exactly.
I think,
and this was what exactly happened.
Yes.
That was what exactly happened.
Yes. And I think there is one thing that Eddie Ranks of Nexus Sound System has been saying, that, listen, we need to push more 45. We need to push more 45 so that we can grab the people. Now, after we grab the people in the culture, now we can beat them with the dubs. So I think we need to map those kind of strategies. And this, our conversation, shouldn't be the last and the final. Africans, we like marking time too much. This shouldn't be the last and the final. It should be constant. It should be constant. Legacy do something, he wait for like 2 months. Lion Paul do another one, wait like 6 months. Shashaman will do something, wait like a year. We must stop that. We must do this kind of meetings frequently with other sounds and all that. Let's bring everybody on board. And please, those who are feeling big, you are not bigger than anybody.
True.
You are not bigger than anybody. So please,
especially the mountain.
Yes, so please,
Mhm.
let us respect each other. Let us respect each other and give respect to who respect is due. By so doing, I believe we as Africans, we have morals, unlike the West. The West,
Mm,
they don't have. But
mm,
Africa, even in the West, you can put up your left hand.
mhm.
But in Africa, you can't put your left hand anywhere. It must be the right. When you're talking with the elderly, you must put your hand at your back. So we
Mm.
Africans, we have morals. Let us not forget our morals, even though we are
Yeah, and our
indulging
culture
into
as well.
and our culture and
Mm,
customs and tradition. Let us not
exactly.
forget about that, even though we are indulging in this hardcore sound
Mm,
system culture business.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, King Lagazi. And is Lion Paw with us?
Yes.
Yes. What would you like to?
Man, that Bridget from Ghana can talk, yo.
Wait until you buck him on the battlefield, right?
but
Yo.
it's a matter of time, and then
Yeah.
you will face each
Yeah.
other.
Look, I think most of what Lagazi said, I think I second exactly most of what he said, and also what I said. We need to. There's quite a lot of changes that we need to do
Sorry.
to make to adapt it to our own culture. What I also want us to do is to. I've always said when the pandemic started, Papa Bing is someone that I talk to frequently, and I always said every time when you go online, people are just online playing doublets and music, right? Why can't we have just a platform where we can just come and reason, like
Mm,
as Africans? How do we get to know each other? We don't even know each other. We see each other on like Facebook. We are friends on Facebook, but we are doing exactly the same thing. We've never spoken. So I'm saying
mm,
that to say that what you have started here is very important, and that's why when I was given the opportunity to go on it, I jumped on it because these are the things that I'm passionate about. Where we need to have conversations where we exchange ideas and we teach each other.
mm, mhm,
Also, what's important for me is also the network of artists, because I personally don't even know a lot of artists from Gambia that I would wanna like voice dubplate. So I would like Lucky Bob. Um, if you know some artists, I do that quite a lot with Lagazi. Share some artists that you would say these are the artists that you might want on doublets, and
mhm,
also the whole thing of encouraging these artists to try and look. We do understand the dynamics in Africa that sometimes they don't have resources, so that's why they always want money, maybe to go to a studio. I get youths phoning me, "You're lying, I'm going to do a doublet for you. I need money for data." So we understand the dynamics that you also have to give them something. I would personally would want us here on this panel to share the network of artists on the continent, so that we need to know which artists to voice. Because I think once we start doing that, that's where we bridge the gap. Where if in the event that I happen to be in Gambia playing Lucky Bob Silver Mountain, I can also drop one or two Gambian artists doublets. That's
mhm,
how we need to do that whole network. We need to share
mhm,
artists' names, share music, so that we
mhm,
can just have that, the African thing. Because, like I said, we can't lie to each other. We see what's happening outside
mhm,
Africa. There's a lot of things. The sound man are complaining about doublet prices, but they're
mhm,
complaining about doublet prices. They keep voicing. They got nowhere to go and play the music anyway. We here in Africa, we still got a potential that this thing is still in its infancy. It can grow. So yes, I fully agree with what Lagazi was saying, that let's not make this a once-off. Let's continue and bring other people, other people, other panelists. Let's let them share their own ideas, and I think it
yeah.
will manifest from there. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Lion. And where's the big mountain, the Silver Mountain?
I'm right here. I'm
Big
right
mountain
here.
Silver
with the
Mountain.
big mouth.
I'm right here. I just want
I
to
would like to see this clash.
yeah, I want to empower what Lion Pass said about the Gambian artists. This only this show can finish that. We have a great artist, we have a big artist that can really voice,
Mhm,
and you name them, but in a line one inbox, I will inbox the names to you and their links and their connections, then you can connect it to them. So after that, my final word is I just want to beat Sasamani, Lion Power, and River Nile
And then you are
and
ready.
everywhere. Yeah,
Anywhere?
legacy. I just want to beat them in a rain, sunshine, anywhere, anywhere, just to beat
The
them.
guy's ready.
Just to beat them. You, Papa Bingi, if you want to start the gun career, you better start it now because I will.
Oh boy, you.
Hmm.
I think, Lucky Bob.
Yes.
I'm gonna take you to your own backyard in
Yeah.
Gambia, slaughter you, and then put you in the grill right there.
Well, Riverstone, we see Riverstone do that. He don't get away with it. So if you do that, you're gonna get same killing.
Maybe I
So,
need to take you to a Gynago land where I can kill him very easily.
yes. So, Riverstone,
Yeah.
what do you have to say?
So I just want to say thank you to you all,
Mhm.
Papa Bingi, Legacy, Lion Power, and Lucky Bob.
Mhm.
It was a pleasure to be part of the whole thing,
Yeah.
and we learn a lot from you guys, and you keep doing what you are doing, encouraging the youth and supporting the whole movement. You see me, I say.
Thank you.
So it's a good look, and thank you. And I want to say, if you can link the the promoters of the 220 class cup, it would be better, and try to explain things to them that it is going to work much better if they could make things a little bit more flexible. And not only it doesn't have to be, as I said earlier on, it doesn't have to be doublets, strictly doublets,
Yeah.
maybe 45s. And it
Doublet, mix
if
up,
it
yeah.
is, if it could be possible, let it not take too long, because
Mm.
if the class take long, the people are what I learned, they
get
get
bored.
bored, and most
Yeah.
of the people will leave the class. And if it
Yeah,
Don't do
continues like
party,
that,
yeah.
after
Enough you
even
don't do
they
party.
have an Afrobeat round. Even they could have an Afrobeat round
Yes.
as well.
Yep.
You know,
yeah,
we introduce that as well. Round that is all gonna
Yeah.
be pure Afrobeat. You
yeah,
know.
and if they did not change that, probably in the next 2 3 classes, then you will not have so many people on the ground, because
Okay.
as I can read the crowd, you have to give them what they want, and
What do you
it's
want?
all about the crowd. If I'm wrong, somebody should correct me.
No,
You are right.
you're right.
You
You're
are right.
correct, bro. I watch. I
But this
watch.
is why we brought you, because you were there and excuse me, you wrote something on your timeline, about the clash, and yeah. So it's good to have
No, no, no.
you
What he
on the
write on his
platform.
timeline, what he wrote on his timeline, that's what they call traumatized. He was
Yeah, it was
Lucky
true that he
Bob,
played at
Lucky Bob.
Lucky
It was,
Bob's
it seems
backyard.
he was really beaten.
Busumbala
yes,
is
he
a
was
stronghold of Silver
traumatized.
Mountain,
You
so
know, when
therefore
you
it's
are
their
terrified
backyard. So we
too
played
much.
there, and even we are almost about to kill them. They
Eh.
went into coma and refused to die. But next time when we catch them, they're gonna die.
Ah,
They need to come and refuse to die.
they came back. They went to come and then came back.
Yeah. This is what
Yes.
exactly happened.
But ANG was the best.
Yeah, I wanted to talk
ANG,
about
Angie
him.
was actually really nice.
He
Yes,
has
yes, yes.
ANG, that
he has a
boy, they give
good
him a
future.
CPR, they give him a cardiac arrest, he can't come back.
No, come on. They want to play good, man. They want to play good.
Mm.
They want to play good, Bregin.
The
Yeah,
Just
man
like
can
he's a
do
very good
anything.
just
selector.
like he didn't have a lot of fans in the dance.
Uh,
Because to
Yeah.
me, my observation was Silver Mountain and Silverstone had more, no, Riverstone had more fan base in the dance than the other two sound.
Yeah, that's
You know?
correct.
so
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
So Riverstone, you brought your fans too. So you don't have anything to complain.
No,
No,
he
I
was
did not go and get my
traumatized.
fans. You know what helped me? I refused to play doublets, and this is what exactly worked for me. Had it been I played doublets, maybe I would have been the fourth sound to drop.
Yeah. You
Trust
said
me.
that
You,
earlier.
you cannot give them, after reading the class. I certainly know that if I give them 100% doublet, it was not going to work. So this is what Timeless did, and they were giving them proper doublet, but it was not going to work. The crowd is young crowd and something new to them. That is sound class, and you cannot just give them 100%
Yes.
doublet. It was not going to work.
That was a good strategy. That was a good
Yeah.
strategy. This is why it's important to read the crowd.
Yeah,
You know,
and you told
it
me
should be
I
on
remember
DJs
somebody said I played
and
I
artists, and it doesn't matter what event, you know. You have to
yeah,
read the crowd, whether it's
yeah,
DJ or artist or sound clash. Very important.
yeah,
And my
Yeah,
observation on that class too is like Gambian look like Gambian are more into dancehall than the hardcore. You know, like
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
exactly, exactly.
And
definitely.
you know.
You're right.
but not all Gambians. There's another crowd that is into reggae. Like if you go to the fireman crowd, it's
Yeah.
strictly reggae music. You know,
Yeah, but
fireman.
that crowd there was more of a dancehall.
Please,
Yes.
Yeah, more over dancehall.
with that clash
Yeah, dancehall.
now, if
Yeah, with that class.
I would like to put in this, if the clash is still online,
Like
Legacy
you're freezing up.
You're
again.
breaking up.
It's frozen.
if somebody can
Legacy,
Ghana run out of internet.
Legacy,
number
you frozen.
WhatsApp,
There.
Give him 10 minutes, let him buy some data.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Clash is still online. Yeah. If you go to 220 Clash Hub, the link is still there. But Said,
Yeah.
did they really record that
yes,
event
saying is
on
that
audio, like audio? No,
with a
because I
220 clash.
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead,
Pardon?
Legacy.
Come again. I didn't hear you.
What I'm saying,
We didn't get you.
Legacy,
Legacy,
what's your problem?
repeat your question. Oh no, it's frozen.
Legacy.
no, you know,
Well,
Eh?
you know, one
No, Legacy,
thing,
you need to go in and come back again.
Yeah, if you do
Go
that
out.
in a class, you're gonna
Ghana,
lose the class. So that's where I'm gonna tell you, yo, move your blood clot, man. Let me kill him.
so people,
no,
I think it's about time that we conclude this discussion.
Yes.
I'm very grateful that you people honored this invitation, and trust me, it's a good conversation, and I think many people will learn, and we would find a way to move forward, because
True.
this is the goal and the aim, you know, how to move forward. What's next? So we don't have to wait again next year and come again and ask the same question.
Yes.
We have to move on. We have to find a solution.
Yeah, I
You know?
think we need to have this kind of conversation. Like even if you can do even once a month, or you know what I mean,
Yes.
something like that.
Well,
Consultation,
that's
know?
good. Papa Bingi, you have the platform.
I
You
got
can-
a platform. There's no problem. You can just arrange whereby at least once a month.
yeah,
Yes.
They can bring in even artists. You know, sometimes some of those African artists, so they can even give us what they think about the
Yes. Their own
reggae
perspective.
and sound system culture in Africa. You know.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have the platform. Just have to at least do it once a month and bring in different panelists and you know and enlighten the youth them more about this sound system culture. You know,
Yes.
everybody say
Lion.
it's true. Is like we have to incorporate the 45. You know, in Africa, you have to do that because doublet alone is not going to cut it for them. You
Yes.
know.
I think this is everybody agree that we have to include 45 in the clash in our class culture. So that I think the promoters, it's about time they try to find a way of bringing Afrobeat or African music or 45 into the clash, introduce it. I
True.
think that would be a good move, because Riverstone had a good experience on that, and he changed his strategy, and that was good. It helped him. So on that note, I would like to say thank you to the viewers and all the people who are contributing. Honestly, I could not even, I think I saw a lot of people, loans, Fabs, and Sonia, we have Francisco, and we have Habina. We have a lot of people on the platform.
Yeah, big up everybody.
And yeah, we would I would like to say thank you, and King Malakia, and who else? Ortiz.
I see even a fan from Russia, watching on
Russia. Wow, you see,
on YouTube.
And yeah,
Russia, Japan.
Fire Rush Buju from Kenya is here as well.
Yes.
And who else?
And Fire Crew Sound.
Yeah, Tamara, and we have
Chinome.
Yes.
Big up everybody. Big up all the viewers. Wouldn't be possible without them.
Thank you for supporting this talk show. Yeah, it's a good look, and we hope that we will take it from here and make the best thing out of it. So thank you. It's all about the zone. Tomorrow we have another talk show, and that will be focused on Gambia, and we have Gambians from all walks of life, and we'll talk about current situation in Gambia. And Lamin Jai and Simplest Rough Top Sound will be there as well, to give us some good vibes. So Fabs wrote something here. He said he will link each and every sound for dubplates. So look out for that. You see, this is why it's important to have such type of shows. We share our ideas and educate the masses, the artists, the youths, the DJs. We don't have any hard feelings for anybody. We just want the best for Africa.
Yeah, man. Motherland gotta come first. Yeah.
And we have to move on. At least we have to reach a certain level now, because we have seen. Look at the Japanese; they are doing their own thing.
Yes.
Yes, we can do that too.
True.
Africa, 1 point something billion. So that's we don't need any other, how to call it. We don't have to wait for anybody to tell us or show us what to do. We have a lot of, how to call it, experienced DJs and artists who can help also. So the thing now is the young generation have to listen to us, and they have to also make sure they seek for advices and do a lot of research also.
That's important.
Yes, very important. Very important, because we have at least we could share our ideas with them. Me personally, I never had this opportunity. Anything I know, I learn it for myself. I never have anybody who advised me do this, do that. I spent
Papa Bingi.
Yes,
I told you I'm gonna class you. I'm joking before you mash up my career. Listen to me.
So that's important. So when do you people want to clash?
No, I'm not gonna class this man. I'm not gonna class this man. This man he mash up a lot of people's career in America.
So you wanna mash up his career too?
He want to he find anything to kill your sound. This man. Fiercely as anything.
Boy.
So just leave me alone.
Okay.
But
so
Legacy
and Lion Power, they have a beef too. So now we have the biggest rival is between Lucky Bob and the rest. Not only Shashamane, he wants to kill each and everyone. So people, thank you very much. Have a blessed evening. Thank you very much, people, to all the panelists. I am really grateful, and I hope we will continue this. Yeah, have a blessed evening and a happy
Ralph, I'm gonna just close it with that, because I was playing the African dub mix. I'm gonna
let you finish
do that. Close with it when
at least that would encourage the DJs and the artists, to work together.
Yes. Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be.
All right.
It was a good look, man. Good look,
everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Enough respect.
Yeah, man. Respect to each and everyone.
All right.
Let's just go with this one.
Sorry, but you make me a frown. Say me a queen, but you don't give me no crown. You say that you care, but me never see you around. But you better stop, take me for a clown. And every hour, every day, coming like say you never listen what me say, yeah, yeah. With your repetitive ways, everything you say, you know the wind it fly away. When do things get better? Tell a story better. It's time to see the sun. Every time I turn around, you keep saying you're sorry. You're so sorry. And every time you say you're gonna turn a page, it's just the same old story. And when you say you'll change your ways, it's the same old game. I can't take it. I can't take it.
Hey, right now, well, if you feel such a money, they have to ramp with sound boy. You're wrong. Hey, and any sound like this, when you shoot and miss, we program for kill. Original Chaka Zulu, what the Uno sound guy. But anytime Shasha money, killing it tonight, don't come back. One, you're dead. Sound boy, don't come back. Shot in a chest, shot in a head, boy. Don't come back. Murder, murder. Don't come back. And do not make that when you hit your cause it must watch this.
Representing for Shashamane International, the real African Zulu warriors, straight out of Kenya.
Shashamane, you're the wickedest, wickedest, wickedest. Sound in the business, wickedest, wickedest, wickedest. Sound in the business, you're the wickedest, wickedest, wickedest. Sound in the business, you're the wickedest, wickedest, wickedest. Sound in the business, some boy them. Spread now rumors, but Shashamane we no fear no rumors. We step in the clash and we a kill them proper. Make them run fast like Shelly and Fraser. Go back at them and you don't cry for them mother. I chat them, I chat Shashamane we a murderer. Give a tata to every that is sound boy. Kaboom! Some killers, that's your name tonight. Yeah, some killers, that's your name tonight. Yeah, you're the wickedest. Wickedest, wickedest, sound in the business. Wickedest, 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 sound in the business. You are the wickedest, 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 sound in the business. You are the wickedest, 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 sound.
Everybody wants somebody, nobody wants nobody. Let's pingy my body. Everything you want me tell my daddy. Shashamane, when you feel like giving up, you want up. When DJ Addy rock has nothing in the belly, school fees and tuition, then I'm stressed. Oh, be a firm believer of Jehovah. Be a firm believer of the Father. So jump and touch the ceiling tonight, DJ for it, cause the feeling that we're feeling is alright. Keep walking, keep moving. When you stumble and fall, just keep on walking. DJ Mafia, keep walking, keep moving. When you stumble and fall, just keep on walking. Shashamane, Timbe, Timbe and I, Timbe and I, Timbe and I, Jehovah. Shashamane, Timbe and I, Timbe and I, Timbe and I, Jehovah. People talking about you. Them a lip about foreign. Remember them know nothing about Jemo. And I told you a 50, I put you on your family. Wake up every morning with the Bible. On top humble, remember you have to be humble. When you wake up every morning, you have to be humble. One humble. Jaja go put something on the table. Oh, Shashamane. Jaja go put something on the table. So jump and touch the ceiling tonight, cause the feeling that we feeling is alright. Tony Dread, keep walking, keep moving. When you stumble and fall, just keep on walking. Shashamane, walk me. When you stumble and fall, hey. You remember this? Timbe, Timbe and I, Timbe, Timbe and I, Timbe, Timbe and I, Jehovah. Shashamane, Timbe, Timbe and I, Timbe, Timbe and I, Timbe, Timbe and I, Jehovah.
The more we play it, yeah, and the more them want it. My God, such a man is gonna kill us tonight, yeah. With strictly music, you better believe it. Kill them with hard dub, yeah. Gonna let the sun boy set the food more and more. Kill them with hard dub. The more we play it, they still want more. Lord,
Say, Shasha money, I go kill them. Yeah. Every time them a try class, Lord knows. Boom. Aye. And you know if you want them, I can be just a kill them, yeah. Make them run go. Right now, watch. Shasha man is a bad sound. Yeah. Killing every sound man around the world. More and more African Zulu warriors are bad sound. When them see you, them feel and go. Papa Bingy Menelik DJ foreign on. Jamo Mother Reverend Ida B. Albino Rock Joseph Mother Short Boss Ringo. DJ Mafi, DJ Chevy B. Rocky Jaru, you Sasha man is a bad sound. We killing every sound man around the world. More and more African Zulu warriors are bad sound. When them see you, them feel and go. Sasha money, I go kill them. Yeah. Every time them a try class, Lord knows. Boom. Aye. And you know if you want them, I can you just a kill them, yeah. Make them run go. Right now, watch. Shasha man is a bad sound. Yeah. Killing every sound man around the world. More and more African Zulu warriors are bad sound. When them see you, them feel and go. Shaman International, Papa Bingy Melody, DJ Foreign, Jamo Moja, Reverend Albino Rock, Joseph Moja, Shot Boss and Ringo. Them want Shasha man every put off the ganja, but we a tell them man must smoke. African Zulu warriors don't put off the ganja, cause we a tell them man must smoke. We ever high, we never sober. Yes we ever high, we never sober. Yes we ever high. Shasha man never sober. Yes we ever high. Shasha man make that thing go. And we will play fish out like pa 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 pa. Say ganja make that thing go. And we will play fish out like pa 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 pa. Shasha man make that thing go. And we will play fish out like pa 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 pa. Say ganja make that thing go. And we will play fish out like Shasha man we a born sense. We no fear no man. We light it anyway. We got a big farm where we are grow the thing. None of them can tell we say we stop the thing. Jano say we love the thing. We ever high, we never sober. Yes we ever high, we never sober. Yes we ever high. Shasha money never sober. Yes we ever high. Shasha money make that thing go. And we will play fish out like pa 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 pa. Say ganja make that thing go. And we will play fish out like pa 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 pa. Shasha money make that thing go. And we will play fish out like pa 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 pa. Say ganja make that thing go. And we will play fish out like. Say can't live a day without the weed. Can't spend a night without the weed. Never do no work without the weed. Yes, me love the weed, love the weed. Some call it ganja, some marijuana. Cannabis sativa, sensi media, smell so familiar. Them a sensor, the thing pan the media. And when me feel so low, I you me need her. Now you never let me down, you are the healer. And anytime the pain a come, you are the Shasha Money International. Love the weed, yeah. Papa, we ever high. We never sober, yes we ever high. We never sober, yes we ever high. Shasha money never sober, yes we ever high. Shasha money make a tingle. Skrrrra. Only one place fish out play. Pa 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 pa. Say ganja make a tingle. Skrrrra. Only one place fish out play. Pa 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 pa. Shasha money make a tingle. Skrrrra. Only one place fish out play. Pa 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 pa. Say ganja make a tingle. Skrrrra. Only one place fish out. Long live Shasha money. Still going strong. Still going strong. Long live Shasha money. Still going strong. Still going strong. Long live Shasha money. Still going strong. Still going strong. Long live Shasha money. Still going strong. Still going strong. Shasha money ndo kiboko yao. Hakuna kupinga tawapiga bao. Mafake sound na tucheki nao. Wakijitokeza tuna steady nao. Check this. Shasha money kill a fake sound today and the next one tomorrow. Copycats, your style them a boy. You are the best, you are the release. The face, you are the artist. Long live Shasha money. Still going strong. Still going strong. Long live Shasha money. Still going strong. Still going strong. Long live Shasha money. Still going strong. Still going strong. Long live Shasha money. Still going strong. Still going strong. Shasha money international. Leo tunawasha nare. Hatuogopi zoma fake sound. Leo tunawasha nare. Shasha money international. Leo tunawasha nare. Hatuogopi zoma fake sound. Leo tunawasha nare. Yeah, yeah. Hawatuwezi. Shasha money hawatuwezi. Hawatuwezi. Zulu warriors hawatuwezi. Hawatuwezi. Shasha money hawatuwezi. We the baddest. Hawatuwezi. Zulu warriors hawatuwezi. Tunawachapa, chapa chapa. Murder. Tunawachapa, chapa chapa. Shasha money hatucheki now. Shasha money international. Leo tunawasha nare. Hatuogopi zoma fake sound. Leo tunawasha nare. Shasha money international. Leo tunawasha nare. Hatuogopi zoma fake sound. Leo tunawasha nare. Check this.
Eyo ni kwa mziki, kwa biti, thabiti na maiki. Wache niongele mkoko wangu mimi kwa dhati. Na siujuti, sijisfi, siusifi una impact. Na upenda na utumia kwenye zangu nyingi projecti. Napenda sana jinsi ambavyo mimi na protect. 260 speed yake zaidi ya baruti. Suzuki, Maruti, Fiat, Renault zote hazikuti nduke lake kama Bugatti. Kama TI, kama tree, hata na matrafiki. Maana muonekano nje kama gari ya SOT. Nyeusi tintiti, mziki ya usikiki. Ukiacha mlango wazi kiki lake kubwa kikiki. Na mwendo, urembo, na ulimbo kwa warembo. Na mtani ndo maarufu kama festival ya Rambo. Kwa skendo, magendo, na kubwa yake nembo. Ni maduara mane, lazima tutageuza shingo. Kitaka kuwa na gari ya paswa nasa kuzikana. Sio rahisi kama birthday ukiwa na keki tunafanya. Na hata kama hauna wempe Mungu kila jambo. Kama alam ndo inakuwa mchitege mochuruoni mambo.
Ukiona gari kali ujawahi kuiona basi ujue hii ndo gari yangu. Yene mziki mkali kipita utakuna bezi lake hii ndo gari yangu. Nasema owe gari yangu. Owe gari yangu. Owe gari yangu. Owe gari yangu.
Wewe unaita Volkswagen, mimi naita Vimba wewe. Ukipanda funga mkanda uanza kuringa wewe. Speed ya wewe unafika hapo mbele tu. So iconic, dance imeko yenyewe. Yeah, so ya mkopo, so ya baba ni ya kwangu. Acha waseme na nyodo bro nimeipata kwa tabu. Basi nitu anatia adabu, akiona naingia klabu. Jinsi imetulia parking, basi inavutia ajabu. Yeah, bei ya rims tu nanunua vitu. Sasa ikikupa bei ya mziki utaniona cheese. Polisi akisimamisha naomba kupiga picha. Piga picha baba, uende kwa pembe Insta. Geti ya shuki, yo juu. Hamna kupanda mamluki ni watu poa poa tu. Uswazi unikuti, staki yo juu. Asije kukwangua rangi, hawajui bei juu.
Ukiona gari kali ujawahi kuiona basi ujue hii ndo gari yangu. Yenye mziki mkali kipita utakuna bezi lake hii ndo gari yangu. Nasema owe gari yangu. Owe gari yangu. Owe gari yangu. Yes, I kill that. Come on, run it. Shasha money, shot every song with a big mom. Make them know you're the baddest. Hang them and bury them 6 feet down. Aye, you never did Shasha money. We did a beat up them. Enough of them a try. Shasha money still around. See them a joker, we a mash them. Mash them. Solo warriors are running. You are the baddest and the number one sound. Shasha money are the baddest and the number one sound. You are the baddest and the number one sound. Shashamani are the baddest and the number one sound. Check this too. All our dogs them real, we not splice nothing. Never beg with friend, we keep on killing. As we bad from we born, we no fear no bumbo. We are real trouble right now. Shashamani have to run them, we tramp up on them. Them a beg from us, we not forgive them. Run them, we tramp up on them. We are real trouble right now. You are the baddest and the number one sound. Shashamani are the baddest and the number one sound. You are the baddest and the number one sound. Shashamani are the baddest and the number one sound.
Tony Dread one will it again. DJ bag give me a beat and a pen. Come me one bass from me yet to DJ foreign. Me no local, check me vocals. Zubu know this, we run this. Solid as a rock like albino rock. Lead we a lead like the King Menelik. Papa Bingi, Nyabingi. Tell the youth never bleach them skin please. Some boy change from an African to a Philippine. Zulu warriors, we na bleach. Skin to skin make a bad girl flip. Shashamane, help me say this. Anna bleach, haga, nana brag. Rudisha tint, Kali. Rudisha tint, Kali. Utamangwa, Kali. Aki Rudisha. Rudisha tint, Kali. Rudisha tint, Kali. Shashamane now know this. Aki Rudisha. Achani seme. Kitu ya jemo moja. Achani seme. Kitu ya jemo moja. Unuda of lippy lippy. That your girl can leave. Juu unashika shika. Ride the rodeo. Better than DJ Cherry. At you coffee sticky. Na una like sana titi guy. Jemo moja. DJ Mafi si pia ni soja. Najua uko Europe na onja onja. Reload, win a bleach. Skin to skin make a bad girl flick. Self-esteem get a weak boy bleach. Una bleach, haga, na una bra. Rudisha tint, Kali.
Africa to the right now, to the right now. Positive vibes on the 99. Yeah. Mr. Boy running band, pull up with the African Zulu warrior sound. Shashamani sound a champion. Them have you know we a champion. Killer sound like a champion. Shashamani sound a number one. Some boy give up, give up, give up. Some boy give up now. That plate killing. That plate killing. Now some boy gone away so far away. Gunshot make them cry again. Shashamani kill your son today. A some boy cry for many days. We no listen to no bad mind. Shashamani na the dance hall. We no listen to no Babylon. Shashamani a real bad man. We no listen to no bad mind. Shashamani na the dance hall. We no listen to no Babylon. Shashamani a real bad man. Shashamani sound a champion. Them have you know we a champion. Kill it sound like a champion. Shashamani sound a number one. Shashamani sound a champion. Them have you know we a champion. Kill it sound like a champion. Shashamani sound a number one.
How can you say you want to kill our sound? Boy, you could have never killed this African sound. How can you say we're not gonna reach nowhere? Pussy, you never know about we have to be afraid of Shashamani. Pussy, be afraid of the African. So no worry that we are the African legacy. So pussy, be afraid of we. Baba Bingi. I'm in the forward, pull up that. Shashamani International. Yo, Papa Bingi, me wonder why sometimes I not take we serious. But we know the Africans are genius. Yeah, see we got them fully loaded. Shashamani. Yeah, send this warning to them. How can you say you want to kill our sound? Boy, you could have never killed this African sound. How can you say we're not gonna reach nowhere? Pussy, you never know about we have to be afraid of Shashamani. Pussy, be afraid of the Africans. So no worry that we are the African legacy. So pussy, be afraid of we. Baba Bingi, hear me now. Snitches alone get stitches. If a sound won't be dead, we bitch it. Bad flyer man dead like cricket. Why are they fail when them this the program? Shut up moment, road man Jordan. The words like man with father. They not like when Africans rush to the stardom. Them show me knife and me show them me longer. You can't stop Shashamani shine, but me never want you my life. How can you say we're not the rich now? Pussy, you never know but me have to be afraid of Shashamane. Pussy be afraid of the African Zulu warrior. We are the African legacy. So pussy be afraid of we. Man, I lick on the mountain top and some boy watching. Remember the elephant do all of the catching. Got more leap at us, we do the touching. If a sound boy test sweet and we flashing. Yeah, and we them can never manipulate. Tell them some sound boy, I go there. Move to them and get me ready for them. Lord, guide over us, Emperor Selassie. I know it is a must for us to make it Africa, guide over us, Holy Emmanuel. I say it is a must for us to make it How can you say you want to kill our sound? Boy, you could have never killed this African sound. How can you say we're not gonna reach nowhere? Pussy, you never know but we have to be afraid of Shashamane. Pussy be afraid of the African Zulu warrior. We are the African legacy. So pussy be afraid of we.
Shashamane, the African sound. Baba Bingi, kill him with the sound. Chameleon with the African sound. Tell you no man can test this sound. Shashamane, the African sound. Shashamane, international sound. Yeah, I mean them chameleons straight from Africa. Shashamane, I'm number one. Took up about Africans and Shashamane.
I'm in the forward, pull up,
Shashamane, African son, Shashamane. Shashamane, the African sound. Baba Bingi, kill him with the sound. Chameleon with the African sound. Tell you no man can test this sound. Shashamane, the African sound. Shashamane, international sound. Yeah, I mean them chameleons straight from Africa. Shashamane, I'm number one. Took up about Africans and Shashamane. Namba moja, tukule reggae mpaka asubuhi wote jameni. Hakuna kulala, niende wapi na nifanye nini? Sauti inaposikika utaniamini, lakini hizo mambo ni za Shashamane. Tuko pamoja hapa kamilioni. Zara! Shashamane, African son Shashamane. Shashamane, African son Shashamane. Shashamane, African son Shashamane. Tukule reggae mpaka asubuhi wote jameni. Hakuna kulala, niende wapi na nifanye nini? Sauti inaposikika utaniamini, lakini hizo mambo ni za Shashamane. Tuko pamoja hapa kamilioni. Zara! Shashamane, African son Shashamane.
Thank you very much, and everyone who tune in. You know, we're going to be having this kind of a conversation every month. Enough respect to each and everyone. I'm going to log off now. One love, one love, one love. Much respect.
Chameleon with the African sound. Tell you no man can test this sound. Shashamane, the African sound. Shashamane, international sound. Yeah, I mean them chameleons straight from Africa. Shashamane, I'm number one. Tuko pamoja Africans and Shashamane. Namba moja, tukule reggae mpaka asubuhi wote jameni. Hakuna kulala, niende wapi na nifanye nini? Sauti inaposikika utaniamini, lakini hizo mambo ni za Shashamane. Tuko pamoja hapa kamilioni. Zara! Shashamane, African son Shashamane. Shashamane, the African sound. Baba Bingi, kill him with the sound. Chameleon with the African sound. Tell you no man can test this sound. Shashamane, the African sound. Shashamane, international sound. Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.